Hospital. Fox News reports that the Maryland man had a history of mental illness and even had previous run-ins with the Secret Service. Regina Ureta has more.
Any new details about the shooting that happened very close to the White House, as well as the shooter involved in this incident. I want to describe a little bit the scene tonight. We're still seeing a large police presence, the Secret Service on standby, as well as MPD, and just a number of patrol cars here on Pennsylvania Avenue and 18th Street. But I want to get to video here of what happened just earlier. As mentioned, we have those new details. The Secret Service says just after 6 p.m. Saturday, a man approached a security checkpoint near 17th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue, pulled a gun from a bag and opened fire on officers. Secret Service officers returned fire. He was then taken to the hospital where he later died. Officials say a bystander was also hit by gunfire, but investigators are still trying to determine whether that person was shot by the suspect or caught in the crossfire. No Secret Service officers were hurt. The president, we can confirm, was inside the White House at the time but was not impacted. Now, multiple sources tell Fox News Digital the suspect was 21-year-old Nazir Best of Maryland. Sources say he allegedly had prior encounters with the Secret Service and a history of mental health issues. And the investigation remains active here on scene. We are trying to get more details and more confirmation from law enforcement, perhaps even the FBI. But as soon as we hear any new information, we'll be sure to update. Back to you.
Oh
man,
his name sounds like he's a person of the sand. Is that who he is?
Nas, yeah. Nah, he's actually, let me get an image of him.
Sorry, that was just my racism shining through.
He's a black dude from Maryland.
He's got mental. It's always young people, man. Dude, we need to make mental institutions great again in America, because this is not acceptable, man. That every other day, not even just all these attacks like on this, but like you see every day there's illegal aliens. And yes, I know people are like, there's plenty of Americans. There's plenty of Americans killing people too. But listen, every day I see some shit on the news about illegal aliens killing people by like running them over because they have licenses and they don't speak English, they don't read English. They're murdering people, they're raping people. Like, what are we doing in this country? Like, we need mental asylums back, like the way they used to be when we were young.
It's because they fucking closed them all. It's because they closed them all, bro.
I know, bro. I used to work for a company for 10 years that it was all group homes for the mentally and physically challenged. And there was so many people. It was during that push to get everybody out of the mental institutions. A lot of these people didn't belong anywhere but a mental institution. And that's not being mean. Like, they couldn't conform to society. They were just fucking mental patients. We had people who would strip down naked, right, and climb out the window. They had to screw all the windows in the house shut. They would strip down naked and run around the neighborhood naked, butt ass naked, screaming.
He was butt ass naked screaming.
That's what the shooter
looks like. No. I was saying
that's the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about in the mental institutions he used to work in, butt ass naked people. But that's Nazir, the shooter.
How old is he? They say how old he was?
21.
Hey, at least it's not a white dude.
It sounds about right. No, it sounds about right. Though. I mean, like
Secret Service before.
So he wasn't a fan.
No, but like you're saying, bro, he's 21 years old. He's young. Look at the rhetoric. Again, it's the rhetoric being put out by the Democrats. It's the rhetoric put out by the media. It's Trump, Hitler, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. You are ingraining this in people's minds that violence is okay. And I think this is a very slippery road, bro, because it hasn't been from the right to the left. It's only been from the left to the right. And just like the first time it happens, next time that there is a president that's on the left, everyone on the right, and the people on the right, I'd be more worried about. They're the ones that know how to use guns and actually are the gun holders majority-wise. I'd be more fucking afraid that you've now punched a hole in the levee, and water is starting to trickle now. Now that when you have a lefty president next time, and the righties are like, remember what you did to Trump. Whether you like
you're
Trump
setting precedents.
The precedent
you're setting precedents.
Yes, this is not a precedent you want to set. This is not a thing you want to go tit for tat with.
And the older we get, the older we get, the more we're realizing that violence is not the answer,
Not the
dude.
way, bro.
And
It's not. It doesn't
and these
solve
young
it.
kids are ready for it at the drop of a hat, and they don't mind taking your life like at all. It
They don't
means
mind
nothing to
losing theirs
somebody.
in the process. 21.
I feel like
kids, man,
they're.
come on.
I know. I feel like they're MK altering these
That's what I
people.
mean,
Like
bro.
their brains already like broken. You know what I mean?
Well, I also feel like the internet and social media has a lot to do with it. Like FiF was just saying, we're putting all this rhetoric out online. Everybody, though, it's not just Democrats, because like Republicans did it first with sleepy, creepy Uncle Joe Biden with the 86-46, but nobody like acted on it. Now the threats are being acted on now. So like we started threats with the president with sleepy, creepy Uncle Joe Biden. And then everybody's like, fuck it, we should just off him. It's not like he's
waiting. Before that, bro. This is no. Trump's first go around is what really started this. Trump's
because everybody didn't like Trump the first go around, and then
it wasn't even that bad.
The rhetoric is back and forth.
But it wasn't nearly as bad as it is now. With you're right, there was some to Joe Biden, but what really got down and started this whole thing was with Trump's first go around, and then the people that were MAGA supporters were like, "Oh, I remember how you were with Trump from 16 to 20." Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're gonna be like that, and you are right in my opinion, you're right to a certain extent. I feel like the right definitely did step its game up a little bit, but it wasn't nearly to the degree that we're seeing now. It's every time a new president comes in, it gets stepped up a level.
I think that's also society. Society is getting crazier over these last like decade and a half. Like even just politics in general, the way all of these politicians talk, none of them talked like that 20 years ago.
Oh, hell
none
no.
of them.
None of them
like roasting each other, talking shit.
No, but
they would like politely disagree. And now it's like, man, fuck that person. Da, da, da. Both sides are doing this. So of course that is gonna fucking get people angrier and want to kick it up a notch.
It's rage bait. There's tons of rage bait. Like the internet is a double-edged sword. There's just no way around it. It absolutely is.
This is the situation you want this to go down at, because people are gonna start losing their lives. And you're talking about American. This is gonna get to the point where you talk about American presidents. What precedent does that set to the rest of the world?
That we're crazy.
No good, dude.
Well, not only that we're crazy, but the president's weak, and you're gonna start seeing shit other countries start moving, because for the longest time we were feared in the world. We still are to a certain degree, but this is one of those things where if you're President Putin or you're President Xi in these other upper, say you're a top 5 country in the world, you're not looking at the United States like, really, these motherfuckers might be kind of weak. Let me do what I was gonna do. And it's not
because we keep
it's a bad look.
Attacks on our president by like randos.
That's what I mean.
You're looking at it like, I got a whole fucking military, so
yeah, I can make a move. And it's not going to work out. It's only going to escalate and get worse, because now you're looking at it like, the United States you've pierced the veil. This big bubble we had in the United States where people were looking at us like, oh, now we're a chink in the armor. These motherfuckers are going to move, and we're just. And it's
already happened. We already let them in. We already let all the enemies in.
Now, do we put Trump somewhere besides the White House for right now?
No, and by the way,
fortified building, bro. I mean, I didn't take a piss, so I didn't get to see the thing. But did the dude even make it off the lawn?
No, they got him right at the lawn. But my thing is this: if you already know that that's a target house, I mean, and everybody's like aiming for this house, until it dies down. If I'm Trump, I don't want to sleep here, bro. I don't care how fortified this shit is. I tried to have a White House Correspondents' Dinner. There's a shooting. I'm sleeping in my bed. There's a shooting in my front yard.
Well, they were at a hotel. They were at a hotel for the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Right, but it's still like
but too close for comfort. Nobody should be getting this close, man. Like I saw that video too, where it looked like at the White House Correspondents, it looked like the cop with the dog actually saw the dude on the other side of the door. Like something's not right.
He was talking to him. The guy with the dog's talking to him, and then walked away, and then he ran by. Like, what the fuck?
Like, I don't know if he thought it was somebody who was supposed to be there and he was telling him, like, you got to go around us. I don't know what, but it looked like he had some sort of that was strange to me. But you know what I want to say real quick? This narrative about it being both sides, it is both sides. But if you look close enough, look at all the presidents who have either been assassinated or attempted to be assassinated. Who are they? They're Republicans. Getting fucking assassinated.
Except for JFK, the biggest one was a fucking Democrat.
I know, but because he wasn't playing none of the rules, and he was a real Democrat, like what we grew up, like it was the tail end of that shit. Like, but think about that, the Democratic Party, like you said, 20.
Who got JFK? It wasn't an
American,
I don't know. Boy. It was one of them.
The government.
No,
the government
set that up because they would. He didn't go back to. I don't know how deep you want to go, but like he was gonna.
He wanted to decouple.
He was going to expose them boys for taking the nuclear technology and bringing this is the 60s, bro. Like
I know
this is when them boys got a hold of the weapon. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's never been in
Cuba, in fucking Cuba as well.
And it's never been spoken of. Like it's wild to me that nobody has discussed before. We're always talking about who can't have nukes, but they have them. We know they have them.
Right.
They say shit. They make little jokes about it.
But it's not, I don't know how I say it. It's public knowledge to us and everyone knows, but it's not public knowledge as in like, we know China has one. We know Russia has them. We know India. We know Pakistan. We know America has them.
Yeah.
Them boys, it isn't.
It's like a rumor.
Yeah, it's not what you know. It's not. Yeah, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. But, I mean, they say they have the Samson option. So what is that telling you? What is the Samson option?
No, I agree. No, I agree. We all know they have them. It's just not internationally known that they have them. Like,
it's a game.
Like, they're not part of that clique. I mean, there's I forget there's an acronym of a group.
It's not household knowledge of, like, everybody in the world knows the other countries that FiF was saying that has nukes. We all know that. But it's not household information where everybody in the world knows.
There's a group of all nuclear nations. There's a group of nuclear nations, and there's some acronym for it. There's some group of like whatever 7 countries that have them. They're not in there. You know what I mean? Even though they have one.
And we said that North Korea could never have nukes. They can never have them because they'll blow up the whole world. But they haven't blown up the whole world. And look at Pakistan and India. I'm surprised those motherfuckers, because people know when you have a nuke is so powerful. The whole point of a nuke is that you shouldn't have to use it. It's supposed to be like, I have this motherfucker.
It's mad. They won't do it because it's mad. It's mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
The same reason why Russia and we didn't fire at each other when we had the Cold War for 40 years.
It would just be buttons. People would just be pushing buttons.
If I push the button, if I kill them, they're gonna kill me. So it's no point in firing. That's the point.
Because we see the nukes launch and we say, they've launched nukes, and then we say, all right, what are we gonna do? And then we shoot
ours, and then everyone's dead.
And then the other countries see those nukes coming, and they decide, since we're all fucked anyways, I might as well nuke my enemies. Like that's how it goes down.
Yeah, but everyone loses though. There's no winner there. Everyone loses, so that's why
we all dead and nuked.
Exactly. So that's why having them is actually a good thing, because then nobody fires them. It'll be a modern day Atlantis. That's one of my theories. Well, it's a lot of people's theories, but that's what happened to Atlantis. That they became so technologically advanced that they had weapons that were, like nukes or something. Underwater.
Just blew that shit up.
Atlantis is underwater, bro. The last time we had one of those, what was it the Younger Dryas in 11,000 BC, when the fucking
melted with the ice caps melt.
Yeah, well, it re-terraformed the Earth with the amount of water. Water level was a lot lower.
All the glaciers, huge fucking chunks of ice,
Now I got a question because this is in the news too.
Yeah,
yeah. How do we feel? Now, first off, we've heard everything in the news about January 6th, and now they're talking about reparations for the people who got convicted and pardoned.
So can I go first?
Sure.
I can't wait to hear this. Yes, Paul.
So I feel two different ways about that though, because I feel like there were people who went in there and fucking smashed out windows and rubbed shit all over the wall and stuff like that. Like those people shouldn't be getting a reward for doing that. But there were like grandmothers who just like barely walked in there and got fucking locked up and spent tons of fucking money on lawyers and shit. Like, so I feel two different types of ways about it. You know what I mean? I think it could be a good thing, but I think it could be abused too.
So we got a clip of a few senators talking about it, Republican and Democrat. Check this out. We'll talk.
Do you think January 6 rioters, those who were convicted then pardoned, do you think they should be eligible for this slush fund? Yes or no?
I do not. If they have been convicted, I do not. If they engaged in violence against police officers, I do not.
Having been a victim myself of Arctic frost, I can say this. The Biden administration needs to be held to account, and everyone that colluded with them, whether they be in the government or whether they be private sector participants like Verizon.
I mean, the judge in this case basically said, this is corrupt. The judge said, this isn't a real lawsuit because Trump is just suing himself. And if he gets away with it, with this slush fund from the IRS, he's going to do it everywhere. He'll sue every federal agency with some bogus claim. He'll settle out of court for billions of dollars, and that money will be used by him to try to curry favor and gain political influence.
No president has ever sued his own government for $10 billion. The president should not be able to direct his attorney general to pay out $1 billion, $1.7 billion in taxpayer funds without any review by a judge or any review by Congress. We have the power of the purse. We just need to exercise
it. That's a lot of money. And know what I didn't notice? What the fuck is TrumpRx.gov in the background when Trump was standing there?
Oh, you didn't hear about? No, that's actually something good.
Diabetes medicine and shit.
Yeah, it's a new website that they have that you can get all your medications for much lower. Because you know how they've been trying to work on that. We pay stupid money for because they want us to be a best price nation. I think that's how it said. Like we basically our prescriptions are so high because we subsidize prescriptions for all these other countries. You know what I mean? Like, but we do that. We've done that for a long time.
It's the way our healthcare system set up. We have a capitalistic healthcare system, so that
and you know what's wild?
Set their prices like diabetes.
So basically, Trump is cutting the throat of the fucking pharmaceutical
company. Yes.
Healthcare wasn't.
Like, just come to me. I got it for the low.
Yeah, healthcare wasn't perfect before Obamacare, but Obamacare has fucked it up, dude. Like nobody can deny that shit. Even people who were involved in it say it.
Bro, I have a crazy bad opinion about this reparation shit, and this is gonna go to race. I don't want January 6 people to get reparations because
I was thinking that too.
I'm gonna say it. I don't care. This is gonna set black people off. It's going to set the black community off because they already feel like they owe reparations. And then seeing January 6 people get reparations is just going to make the racial divide even worse than it is now because they're going to start demanding it. And there's no mad. Oh, they're going to be fucking heated, bro.
Dude, that thought popped into my head. That's funny you said that.
Probably start a race riot, civil war in America.
Because why did they call it reparations? Like that's the whole problem. You know what I mean? Like.
I'm already against like the whole like I've had conversations with people like Fast Coop had a conversation about reparations with him. I can't think of fucking dude's name. You did a song with him. He's a local rapper, Aaron. You did a feature with him. Muggsy Baguettes had a conversation with him about this, bro. Like, and they're obviously they're black, they're pro reparations, and I'm anti reparations for anyone. Like I don't agree with anyone, especially some shit that happened hundreds of years ago. Like you weren't part of that. You ain't getting. I'm not paying a dime more than what I already pay now for you to get something that has
fucked up. I feel like the whole introduction of
shit,
AI was reparations.
I don't think so.
In my opinion, DEI introducing that was reparations. Was like, oh, okay, you having a hard time getting a job, you having a hard time with this, cool. Okay, you're black, cool, we'll hire you. We need X amount of this.
But it was hurting, hurting certain things.
It wasn't picking the best worker.
And they don't look at it like that. The black community,
I know they don't look at it like that. They
that's
40 acres and a mule.
Yeah. When you go to your fucking doctor, when you go to your doctor, do you want the best fucking person, or do you want somebody because of the color of the fucking skin? Yeah, no, thank you.
I get what you're saying.
Or a pilot. They even did it with pilots, bro.
No, I get it's supposed to be by merit, but what I'm saying is
that's how we've always been in this country.
Reparations, like here, we know it's not merit based with you, but we'll let you work here because we feel bad about the past. That's what I think the whole DEI was for minorities, because it's like, all right, you're not picking the most merit-based person who's the best at the job in every scenario. You're picking, okay, I need 2 females, I need a black guy, I need a trans, I need this, I need that. So it's like reparations for everybody who's
it sounds like fucking participation trophy fucking
yes. And here's my problem with it, dude. And here's my problem with it. I don't have a problem with equality. Equality's fine. But this equity shit, that's the nonsense shit.
Equality,
you know what I mean?
Equality isn't supposed to equal outcome.
Equity doesn't mean shit either. It's made up shit.
It is.
Right.
It's a divide tactic, and everyone fell for it. Well, a vast majority of us fell for it.
That's why I think it was like a reparations type thing, even though it was like, here, we'll give you something to shut you up.
No, FiF just hit the nail on the head. Most of this shit is meant to divide us. Absolutely.
Because the DEI divided us.
Because we all have more in common. We all have more in common than not. Like if you sit down with somebody that you don't even think that you agree with, and you're able to have a civil conversation.
They want it to appear like race warfare when it's really not. This is it's class warfare. It's the rich versus the poor, dude. And there is no middle class. There is a middle class, but it's crumbling. Really, they want 2 classes. They want wealthy and they want low class. That's it.
I agree.
Want middle class, because the middle class, you have skin in the game. You have enough skin in the game where you're just important enough to have a voice. And your voice, more times than not, when you're in the middle class, you side with the lower class. And the upper elites don't want that shit. They want us to. They want to be such a divide, such a gap, a chasm between.
It's the 99% versus the 1%, pretty much.
Well, again, if you look at it, dude, there's only so much. There's only so many seats at the table. You can't have, you know what I mean? Like you can't have everyone at the table with a voice. Nothing will ever get done.
Like all of the race,
whether that's right or wrong, again, that's
I know. But all of the race stuff is just a weapon, man. Like in Virginia, where they're claiming the whole redistricting shit they did, that it got knocked down. They're doing all these rallies saying, "Thank you." They're doing all these rallies saying it's racist. Bro, tell me that 2 of the Supreme Court justices aren't colored people. Like it just your fucking narratives don't work. They're not working anymore.
Oh, they still work, bro. They still get, bro. They've identified
to people who are dumb.
They've identified a huge swath of the population that are gullible and easily manipulated, and they
love identity politics, basically. But that doesn't make sense, though.
They pull on people's heartstrings. They pull on people's emotions. Yep. So it's all emotions. So it's if somebody feels like they're being wronged, now they're gonna get angry. So it's
my
like,
feelings.
Man, I feel like you going against me, so now I gotta act out, and then now we got fucking shootings at the White House.
And bro,
well, that's a big problem.
Even the MAGA supporters, to some degree, the MAGA supporters are the same way with Trump. Because I'm even to the point now with the MAGA situation where, like, I've watched debates where people have debated MAGA supporters and made MAGA supporters look outright fucking dumb, because it's when they start to break down these debates. The MAGA supporters don't have any. There's no information behind it, what their opinion is. And when these lefties start debating these MAGA guys, they look stupid on camera, bro. And you look at them like, well, this is also cultist, because you're blindly following someone without having that same kind of information to arm your debate. It's not as bad as the way that the lefties have done it with social media and mainstream, but the MAGA supporters are also in that same camp, just not to that same degree.
I think if you go ones in right field, or vice versa.
I feel like if you go too far to the left or the right, you just lose your mind.
Aaron, pull up that comment.
All right.
What does it say?
Three white guys that don't agree with reparations. LOL, not a good look. Why isn't it a good look? Hold on. No, hold on. Joel F. Baby. Where do you think reparations are coming from? They're going to come from tax money. I have a job. That means it's coming from my money. So I shouldn't have a say of where my fucking money goes? Are you bugging, dude? Are you okay?
Like my family never had slaves. My family never owned it.
not only that, it's 2026. We talking reparations. We've already had a black president. Like we've
look at how many black politicians we have, bro. We've had a black vice president too. Well, if she's really black, I don't know, whatever.
Right, but you know what I mean, so like the reparations are there, and just like I said with like DEI, if
so then
you get the same type of anything in America as a white person.
So does he support reparations for Jan 6 too?
Of course not.
I don't support reparations
no,
for nobody.
I have a good question. What about all the Irish people that were basically treated like slaves? Should they be getting some reparations too?
That doesn't count.
They're white.
That doesn't count.
Oh, they're white. Oh, sorry, they're white. Like the original slaves.
That's great that
the
you
word
brought
slave comes
like
from
Fif was saying
Slavic.
earlier about the January 6s and not giving them reparations because it'll open the door for blacks. Well, if we opening that fucking door, right? Well, we'd have to do it for the blacks. We'd have to do it for the Irish.
Yeah. Let's just give everybody.
How far back do we go, and where does it start and stop? Because we've had this conversation before. If you really want to break this down, you name me one country that hasn't had slaves, that hasn't tried to expand territorially, and then go to their neighbor and be like, and when I raid you, I'm not only taking your resources, I'm gonna grape your women. I'm gonna grape your women, and I'm gonna take everything from you, and then I'm gonna enslave your young males so that they don't rebel back. So explain to me where and when.
Joel said Jewish people got theirs. What's the difference? Now, the only reason, in my opinion, the Jewish people got theirs is because they control the fucking
the same thing.
They control the money in the world, anyways. So guess what? If they want to reparate themselves, they run the bank.
Hold on. Did Jewish people sell Jewish people to the Nazis, or did Africans sell the black guys, the black people, to the Americans? Who profited off that? What again? Let's go back to this. Ready? Why am I going to pay money? Why am I going to pay reparations when your people sold you? I didn't sell you. The white people, black people sold black people to white people. How about you go to the Africans over in Africa and say, give me my reparations. You sold us. You sold me out.
Yeah. Plus, do you know that there are over 8 million modern day slaves in Africa? You can look that up. You can take that to the bank. Where's the fucking outrage for that, though? In the Middle East, too. It's still slaving.
160 years ago, 160 to 250 years ago, hundreds of years ago. I'm now in 2026 supposed to fucking pay for that? When like Paul, like what you were saying,
when shit's already bad enough.
I never owned a slave. My family never owned slaves. So the fuck am I gonna pay for that shit? Fuck you. If you want,
they should have done it. They should have done it way back when, right? That would have been the correct way to fucking do it.
But they didn't. So we're gonna cry about spilt milk 150 fucking years later, bro? Nah, man.
So now
that's victim mentality.
So now here's the problem. But can I say something quick? Here's the problem. How are you going to give it to? You can't just give it to everybody who's black, because there are black people that nobody in their family have ever been a slave. So how does that work?
It doesn't. It's impossible to try to. It's not possible, dude. It would take.
And then they're going to cry. I wish we could get somebody
do
up
DNA tests and genealogy and all this other shit to make sure it got to the right person. Then it would take cost 3 times more money to do the process than to give the money.
You wouldn't even see money until 21. You wouldn't even see money. That money wouldn't start rolling until 2100, bro.
Exactly.
Exactly. We're just fucking screaming into the ether. I think it would be nice if one of these people who say all this shit would actually come up in here and debate
defend it
and tell us why we should pay. No, we've never owned slaves. We never had no part in it. Why should we be paying for that? Because that's where the money's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the American taxpayers are already paying.
Like Styles, what you said earlier was a good point. If we were to do reparations, the only point it would have made sense was right after slavery.
Mm-hmm. They were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule, and it never happened.
Right. So if America, blame America, not America.
And Obama didn't give it to him. Obama didn't give him 40 acres and a mule. The great black hope. So I mean,
he didn't give himself one.
No, he's the one who got all this bullshit, all this division started in this country. I don't give a fuck when anyone says that's facts.
He definitely
didn't. That fucking silly bastard.
I don't think America was ready for a black president, and I think as soon as Obama came out, a lot of people who were like closeted, hateful people were like,
I actually like.
Off rip.
He was a great orator. He could talk, and
talking like that man can talk.
And he acted very presidential. He did all his dirty shit under the cover of darkness, like all the bad, like, and the fact that he was basically fucking had his fist up Joe Biden's ass, making him. He was basically the president.
It's called the Iron Fist with the velvet glove approach.
Yes.
Ask yourself this about Obama. Obama was the first.
You get more bees with honey.
What did he really do for the black community? I'll wait.
Nothing.
I'll wait.
Nothing.
What did he do for his own people?
Crickets.
I'll wait.
He even said it. There's even a video of him saying, "Just because I'm black doesn't mean that I'm gonna do homeless stuff black people." Like, yeah.
Oh, really?
So, man, I don't know, man. Thank you.
All right, so
I wish we could get somebody up here though. Nobody, no takers.
Nobody's gonna come up here. So now we got to go to the Middle East.
Hit up Muggsy Baguette's a fast coup. I guarantee they'll debate, and they can talk. They're actually good talkers. They're good people to have this conversation with. And I actually had a good dialogue with both of them.
Well,
wait,
I'm gonna put the link in
Muggsy Baguettes. I know who Muggsy is, and who's the other one? I don't think I know him.
Fast coup. He's a Cambridge rapper, but I had good positive back and forth like dialogue with them. It wasn't crazy.
The link is in the comments if anybody.
I actually had a back and forth one time with that dude Muggsy. You're right. He's smart.
Now I'm gonna get over to the Middle East because Trump just announced the new 30-day plan initiative.
For Iran.
Yeah, check this out. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, hey, Charlie, good morning. Overnight, President Trump announced that an agreement with Iran has been largely negotiated. The president indicated there are still some details and aspects that have to be worked out, but he does anticipate there will be an announcement soon. A regional source who has reviewed the agreement told Fox News the deal states that U.S. forces will stay in the proximity of Iran for 30 days. The context here is that it signals to Iran that the military option remains on the table if nuclear issues aren't resolved or the interim agreement is violated. The source added that as part of the deal, Iran will receive oil sanctions waivers. Iran will also have frozen funds and assets eventually released worth billions of dollars. On Saturday, President Trump held a call that included leaders from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Egypt, Jordan, Turkey, and Pakistan, aimed at reaching a broader...
What do you want?
I'm going to stop that and then start it again. Because pay attention to this deal, because I really want to get on this point, because I don't think a lot of people are going to understand this. We're talking about releasing assets and a whole bunch of shit after these sanctions with Iran that's worth billions of dollars to Iran. So even though we beefing with Iran and like we're in a conflict, not a war.
So they're going to do the same type of shit that the Biden... Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit.
We'll talk about it. Pay attention to the money that we're going to give Iran.
Yeah, hey, Charlie, good morning. Overnight, President Trump announced that an agreement with Iran has been largely negotiated. The president indicated there are still some details and aspects that have to be worked out, but he does anticipate there will be an announcement soon. A regional source who has reviewed the agreement told Fox News the deal states that U.S. forces will stay in the proximity of Iran for 30 days. The context here is that it signals to Iran that the military option remains on the table if nuclear issues aren't resolved or the interim agreement is violated. The source added that as part of the deal, Iran will receive oil sanctions waivers. Iran will also have frozen funds and assets eventually released worth billions of dollars. On Saturday, President Trump held a call that included leaders from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Egypt, Jordan, Turkey, and Pakistan, aimed at reaching a broader understanding. A separate regional diplomat told Fox News the call was very positive. Good progress is being made, adding that regional leaders were supportive of the progress and of the breakthrough President Trump achieved with the talks. We are still awaiting all of the final details of the understanding, but President Trump said the Strait of Hormuz will be opened. Shortly after, Iranian state media pushed back on that aspect of his Truth Social post, saying despite some Western media reports claiming a return of the Strait situation to pre-war conditions, what is included in the possible understanding is not a full return to the previous status, but rather the restoration of the transiting vessels to pre-war levels within 30 days. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said this today about the negotiations.
There is the possibility that over the next few hours, the world will get some good news, at least with regards to the Straits and with regards to a process that can ultimately leave us where the president wants us to be. And that is a world that no longer has to be in fear or worry about an Iranian nuclear weapon. And so I do think there's some good news on that front, but not final news on that front.
Dude, I just had a breaking news bar that popped up that said Trump administration says that they're in no rush to make it a deal with Iran. Blockade will stand. But you know what pisses me off? They don't own the fucking Strait of Hormuz. Oh shit.
Oh, muted.
Nah,
okay.
they do in a way though, because you own 3 miles off your coastline or something. So
Yeah, but the part of it that's international waters,
some of it is. Yeah, some of it is.
Yeah, so you can sit in international water park, but I'm not let you go by my front yard.
No, but I'm saying is
the Straits of Hormuz aren't deep enough for these ships in all areas. So is the deepest part of the water? This is the question, guys. Is the part of the water where these huge multi-billion, these huge cargo containers can actually navigate through the strait? Is that in Iran territory technically?
Let me find. I don't think so.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This is what it comes down to.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I'll find out.
That one little narrow elbow in the Strait of Hormuz is
Iran
control.
But that's like 20
control of.
Yeah, but they don't own all that waterway though.
No, not
they
the whole
don't.
thing.
Right, but this is my thing. This is where
it's a tactic, bro. It's a tactic to screaming for help.
But in the beginning of the video, did you hear the deal though? Okay, well, the military gonna stay there for 30 days. Then we're gonna waive the oil sanctions, and then release frozen funds and assets totaling billions of dollars and giving it to Iran.
I don't like that.
We're worried that Iran is making nukes, but they just don't have the funds to do it properly. But we are gonna fucking unlock billions of dollars and give it to them.
What now, Aaron? Ask yourself this: if this is the plan, what is one of the only outcomes you can come to if you know that this is what they're setting up? And it sounds ridiculous. I agree with you. It sounds absolutely ridiculous that this is what we would do. Why would we do that? For what reason?
We got to free up the oil right now temporarily.
No,
that just tells me we're going back there as soon as
exactly. So we're giving them the ability to reform everything we just destroyed,
so we can do this again.
So we can go back and do it again. You're absolutely fucking right, dude. 100.
And it's like, okay, here, listen, I'm gonna make it where you can have time to rebuild his money, his assets, all this shit. The sanctions is waived. That way we can all eat.
Oil prices go back down.
We'll all recoup. America prices will go down for the summer tourism. Great money. I need to make this. And then
we got to do something about the gas.
I'm gonna see you next year. I'll be back. What?
Yeah, we got. Hey, I just looked it up on Google. It says that a majority of the primary transit corridor for international ships lie almost entirely within Omani territorial waters, which is the country across it. Yeah. So these motherfuckers got no right.
Right, but almost entirely. So that means there's a part that's not international waters, and that's probably the part Iran.
No. It's still international, the part that goes in, but they consider it still their territorial waters. Technically, it's international waters, but countries do that though too. Like, so it's
but at this whole point, we in a conflict. You think I'm giving a fuck about rules if I'm Iran? I don't care whose waters it is. I don't want you to come by. I don't care if it's mine, yours.
Hey, listen,
because if they don't do this is a desperate attempt to be.
We can wait them out. That's the thing.
To haul in international nations to back Iran, to put pressure on the U.S. to back the U.S. out. That's exactly what this is, because they know they can't win. Now, Paul, you go back to gas prices, right? You said, so we need to get some more gas prices. Here's something Massachusetts and the federal government both can do, which would lower gas almost $1 a gallon. Suspend the gas tax in Massachusetts, Maura Healey.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact amount of money per gallon it will come off, but I saw a recent study that said
I think it's 21 cents.
If the federal gas tax was suspended, it would drop instantly overnight. Drop gas by 40 cents, and that's per gallon. So now you're looking at $4.50 a gallon on average, down to $4.10. Suspend the gas tax in Massachusetts, and you're sub $4. Now it's still upper three. It's still bad. It's still not $2.50 on what it was, or $2.70 like it was, but it's better than $4.50. Right. And that's something we could do right now for immediate relief.
I think that would be relief.
In Massachusetts, it's 24 cents per gallon.
It would drop it sub $4 a gallon at this point.
And that makes a fucking big. And Trump said he was going to get rid of the dude. Look at California, bro. California has a lot of fucking balls about bitch much shit. Do you know what their tax is? 71 cents per gallon. And fucking Newsom is telling people not to go to fucking, I forget what brand of gas station it is, but he's telling them to fucking boycott them because they're price gouging. Like, these motherfuckers want to blame it on everybody but themselves. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
dude, that's what politicians do, bro. Like, the fuck
I know.
That's what
I
they
know.
do.
I think it'd be great for us common people where if they suspend the gas tax, that'd be great for us. But if I'm in power and like presidency, that's just talk. If I'm Trump, I'm not suspending that. We're already in debt as a country. I can't suspend the federal gas tax. That fucking 20 cents off every fucking gallon. I need that.
That's Massachusetts.
Bro, I was just
the whole country. The money that's being made daily on a federal gas tax. Like how much money
we are so
America
far,
makes on federal gas tax daily.
We're so far in debt, it doesn't matter at this point, dude. Dude, you're $38 billion in fucking debt, bro. There's no coming back from it. It doesn't matter. At this point, give me my fucking I want my pocket, bro. I want. Dude, I used to drop $50. I drive a 2018 Nissan Altima, bro. $50 would give me 500 miles. It would fill my tank from fucking zero. I'm putting in 50 right now and sub 400. I want my tank of gas back because at this point, I get what you're saying. We'll be losing money, but to what? We're already $40 trillion in debt.
But does it alarm anybody that we are over what our national debt is over what our yearly GDP is? Does that fucking alarm anybody? Does that alarm anyone?
Yeah, of course it does. But we have idiots in power, no matter what side, left or right. They're all idiots.
This is why what we're headed towards, whether we like it or not, and it's going to depend on if it's a bad or a good one. We're heading towards some type of a reset because this is not. It can't stay like this.
Price us out of gasoline cars. They've been trying to get us to get rid of gasoline cars for 15 years already, since the first Prius over a decade and a half ago, and nobody wanted to do it. Guess
you remember
what?
Cash for Clunkers? Remember Cash for Clunkers?
People out where, guess what? We're not getting the mileage per gallon that we used to. It's going to go up to 5.
They 6. Did that. They did it on purpose, man.
Economists saying that in Massachusetts alone, in July 4th, they're saying we could hit $6 a gallon. They're predicting.
Yeah.
Okay? So there go summer plans for people on road trips or whatever. So they're phasing people out of cars and oil and gas. We didn't want to give it up. They've been shoving it down our throats. So EVs.
Bro,
you can't support it. But our electric grid can't support it, and we're not building.
We're
not building any facilities that are producing energy at this point. As a matter of fact, we're taking energy out. We're building huge data centers that are requiring huge amounts of water, huge amounts of.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say, watch that pretty soon.
Pretty soon. What they're doing though is they're incorporating more public transportation. They're gonna want people to be China.
Yeah, you can't force people to do that though.
They can't if the price is too high, bro.
Shit's nasty, bro.
That we have that free will of choice. We don't if they phase us out of it. If they,
and because of these data,
it becomes like $20 a gallon of gas. Bro, I'm not fucking driving nowhere.
People that live in Fall River, New Bedford aren't taking the
guys
in Boston. It's not going to happen. You're going to destroy the workforce. You're going to crumble the little bit of economy you have left. You're going to crumble it. Is what's going to happen.
But they're going to do like some of these bigger cities like Providence and Boston, putting e-bikes and scooters and more buses. And
but that's for Boston. That's internal. That's not for others. And if you look at like Boston, for instance.
Well, like Fall River and New Bedford, bro, there's free buses. All the buses are free. They keep waiving the fee.
They don't go to Boston and shit. That's what I'm trying to say, though. The Boston's where the money's at. This is where people go to make people like on the South Shore drive to Boston to make money because the wage is higher.
Right, but fam, what I'm saying is they're building the net. Okay, so
yeah, and
the last few years they made the buses free. They brought the train down. Now they have a new thing where you can take Bro, you can take a bus from Fall River now to Brockton and Taunton for $1.50. Now.
Yeah,
So
how is that going to be sustainable? How is that going to be sustainable?
Right, you're right.
Free
People have
buses.
to do it, but what I'm saying is right now we have the ability to drive because it's still cheap enough. Once they phase us out and raise the prices where it's $10, $15 a gallon, people are going to do this public transportation that they can control us and know where we're going and know how to surveillance us. We have no freedom of movement.
Think about that. So on top of that, they're gonna have to now add 300 fucking buses to every station because you can't have 10 buses. It doesn't make sense, bro. That's no.
It'll take $1 million, but they are trying to phase. They are trying to phase
our area in Bristol County. They just added a bunch of different bus routes and waived all the fees.
Yeah, with the same amount of buses. With the same amount of buses that they already can't afford as it is. They can't afford it as it is now. They're already bitching about budgets. They can't even afford it right now.
Where's all these free buses coming from, dude? Where the fuck are free buses coming from? Like, it's not sustainable.
Tax money.
This doesn't.
Listen, it's not free buses.
It's a self-destroying fucking thing.
It is self-destroying financially. It doesn't.
You must think that you must.
But fam, listen, the government.
But he is right that they don't want the middle class.
How in debt we are, and how we make less money than we're in debt. They don't care. We're gonna have this reset. Look at every car.
I think they want the middle class to not have cars. I've been saying that they've been trying to price us out of cars for a long fucking time.
Look at the used car market, bro. That shit is almost the price of a fucking new car now. You can't get
look at that
for $1,000 anymore.
Look at the Obama plan.
Yeah, but
cash
new
for
cars
clunkers.
not 20 grand anymore either. New cars are 30, 35. That's why they
They're pricing us up.
More than that.
More of an investment. Now more
and you know what else?
Society can't afford it.
And you know what else they're gonna do? At some point soon, I'm telling you, they're going to tell us at some point soon that to switch over to a central digital bank currency that they'll scrub our debt or give us like a couple hundred. I don't know exactly what they're gonna say.
It'll be like a crypto.
But they're gonna dangle something. They're gonna dangle something. Yes, exactly. That is what it is. But then they can shut it off. And they know every single item you buy, and then the game's over. Then they own us.
Trump's smart. He's already made his own coin. He a president, bro. As soon as he became president, he makes a crypto coin. He knows where the currency is going to go in the future. Yeah. He knows the plans right now.
Bro, they could bounce the budget if they wanted.
They could track you.
You could bounce the budget if you want. And Trump has already started to do this a little bit in the pushback. 60%, and look this up if you want. 60% of our entire cost per year are entitlements to people. That means shit that the government can't. 60%, 60. So what Trump decided to do was, all right, let's start shaving this down a little bit to try to like rebalance this and to start actually paying off the debt. And look at the pushback he gets. Food stamps, fucking welfare, Section 8 and shit. These are just a couple of many entitlements that are handed out. And look at the pushback he got.
Since his new regulations, there's thousands of people just in Massachusetts alone that they're like not getting the food stamps now because they refuse to do the work or they refuse to do the 20 hours or the schooling or whatever their requirement is. But then there's some people who are literally borderline the amount of hours that they need, and they're like, I'll work one day less so I can get my food stamps.
That's a terrible incentive. It's not meant to, and that's the problem.
But those people's mindset will always keep them in that class.
Yes, I know what you're saying. I agree. I know exactly what you're saying. Yep.
It's designed for some people to be like, oh, this is the minimum I gotta work. Perfect. You know what I mean? So doing that, that's how it would be. But I feel like,
but those are the people in society that never make it. Those are the ones that cry, bitch, piss, and moan about shit.
Right. But
because they're not
always have that in society.
Well, we'll always have that no matter what system you set up. There'll always be what you call bottom feeders.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what system you set up, nothing's perfect. Ever. There'll always be, it's human nature to get into a system and figure out how to finagle it. And there'll always be a certain percentage of people that finagle the bagel, dude.
But listen, like you said.
And here's my thing. If you are legitimately not physically and mentally able to work, I don't have a problem with that, especially elderly people, mentally physical challenge. That's fine. But people who are able to work and are just fucking playing the
bottom
fucking
feeders, bro.
system.
That's the people. There's always
That shit burns my ass.
Those people are going to exist no matter what you do. And it's not just, and you can try to break this into race if you want. It's across the board with everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's not about race. People always try to make out to be race, but no, it's everybody. It's all types of people. And the thing is, like, I feel like when I'm getting up in the morning, early in the morning, to go work a 13-hour day, I feel like I'm putting on a fucking clown costume when I think about these motherfuckers that are just fucking sitting at home, just living for free. And then they're all driving fucking luxury cars and shit. Like,
living in the projects
it's fucking nonsense.
With Benzes and Lexuses, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
it's
listen,
fucking crazy, man.
It's great that
and I'm sure some of our fucking viewers will have a problem with those fucking statements too. It's just reality. I see white trash people fucking doing it. I see every type of person doing it. Look at the Jewish community. Look at what they're pulling now. Certain ones. Do you remember Aaron was talking about it on the last thing? They got like 10 fucking kids, and they're just on welfare. The whole community, and they have their own police force that tell us to get the fuck out of their neighborhoods. Like, it's insane. Like, what are we letting happen to America?
A lot, and we're doing it on purpose. And we're making all these accusations left and right, like, oh my God, you're ruining it. Yo, no, you're ruining it. And they're doing it on purpose. Because they can't tell us normal Americans that they're doing it on purpose to us. So they get us to fight and argue with each other and try to prove points when all of us are wrong because they're just trying to reset society to something totally fucking different.
We're too busy fighting each other. We're not looking at them. The ones that
right. We're not thinking of the future. Thinking of, okay, what are they working on now? What is the next step? And the next step and the next step.
The people, all these data centers making the
they're building. We're just worried about the fucking water and the electricity it costs right now. We're not thinking why they're building football field size stadium data centers. For all these AI and robots, when we think the AI is just on our phone, there's no way all these data centers are just going to power my chat GPT. It's going to power more shit.
It's not powering, dude. Those data centers aren't meant to power. That's meant to
collect everything.
To collect all the information because we all use this chat GPT and all this AI shit now.
But showing that we're building all these centers, everybody's worried about the problem at hand. Fuck the problem at hand. There's no way to fix it. It's already here. We have to worry about the next fucking problems.
You do both. You have to worry about it now because now it's to the point now where you're hurting people. It's people like you're saying, gas is almost at fucking. It's gonna be $5 a gallon. Now,
but I think that right now it's already too late, bro. Because there's no way to fix the now. Because all of this shit in like geopolitics, it's all like a decade in motion. It takes like time for all this shit to roll out. So it's not like we can act on it now and fix it now.
No, but this shit you can do to ease things now.
Yes, like the federal gas tax, the state gas tax.
There's things.
That could ease things. But that also takes away money from the infrastructure and roads and bridges and shit that all desperately need to be rebuilt.
It forces them to reallocate the money the proper way because there's such corruption in the funding. There's such corruption in the funding that there is more than enough money around to do to ease people and to continue these projects. But there's so much. I'm gonna make sure you get this contract. You back pay me this. That money that they're getting back paid isn't coming out that pocket. It's coming out the contract. That's coming from the back pay.
But they'll never get rid of that corruption. So we have to factor in the corruption. As low-income people, we have to factor in. Okay, they're gonna steal a bunch of my money and not use it properly. There's never gonna be a scenario where we weed out all the corruption. We'll weed out instances like people will get thrown under the bus. The Leering Center, Minnesota. Okay, guess what? You're the scapegoat right now. All of this shit, there'll be people exposed, but that system will never end. It's just human psychology. The people, if you're in power and you got the power to fucking fuck somebody over, there's gonna be some people that aren't morally right, and they're gonna be like, "Fuck that! I want money." So there'll always be that corruption. So we have to factor that kind of into our budget. Now, the percentage of it, we should obviously try to get it as down as possible because it's ridiculous. I think we'll clear it up once all this AI goes in, because they're not going to be able to fake the funk when all of these.
You think the elite's going to give that up because in AI, dude, they're going to train AI to only focus on us, not them.
Well, that's already what they're doing.
Dude,
they're already doing it. They're already doing it.
Saying right now, there's no way they're going to give up that system. You think AI is going to come in and then everything's going to go to fucking?
No, but I think that's when the power shift goes. I think that's when the power goes from the government to these tech companies, and I feel that way because look at Trump's China trip, bro. He brought the CEO of NVIDIA, he brought Elon Musk, and he brought some other tech dude. The three, four people you're bringing on your trip to represent American business is all this tech and AI shit.
But Joey's right. But Joey's right. The fucking elites.
Who else would you bring? You're gonna bring generals? You're gonna bring the generals with you to make it look like you stepped?
No, not at all. But what I'm saying is, it's so obvious. But we have to look at these people and what they represent. Represent tech, AI, robots, self-driving cars, all of this shit.
But I agree with Joey. They're gonna try to keep the best.
Hey, this is America's future. Why is Americans not paying attention to that?
The elites are gonna
fight each other.
The elites, guaranteed. The fucking elites are trying to find a way to control AI. So we don't fucking get like the exact like full version that they fucking get. You know what's funny?
Dude, it's Google.
I know it,
bro. We don't even have full access to the internet right now.
Exactly.
I know. Of it. They're gonna do the same thing with AI.
We're being controlled. We're being controlled. Yes.
They did it in our face, but we're too fucking dumb to realize. When you go on ChatGPT, they have the free version and the paid version.
Yeah, I have the paid version.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with the paid version, you get more than the free version. So
but there's more than
there's levels to this shit.
Oh, everything. Facts. Hey, did you hear, by the way, when they left fucking China, at the stairs to the plane, there was a bunch of trash barrels, and anything that you were given or got in China, you had to fucking throw away. Everything. Obviously,
that's rich, bro. For a country that does nothing but steal from everyone else.
No, but you know why?
It's fucking rich, bro.
No, but
taking it home.
No, because they don't want any fucking bugs from China to get on the plane. They didn't even bring any of their phones. They left all their phones home and got burners.
You're saying China? You're saying China? I thought you meant China wouldn't let them take it.
No. Trump and his entourage, before they got on the plane, they all had to throw everything away.
I thought China wasn't allowing them to take it. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, but I'm sure they do that shit too.
Level of distrust. That shows the level of distrust. We don't trust China.
And speaking of slaves and shit, bro, you know China has fucking slaves, man. The Uyghurs, bro. But you don't hear nobody talking about that. Only about what we did fucking hundreds of years ago. Like, that's what burns my ass, dude.
Well,
fucking retarded.
Nah,
we need a sound effect.
Speaking of China, we have a video that I'm gonna play.
Yes, transition.
Being asked if it's possible for Chinese vehicles to be sold in America. Check it out. We'll talk about it.
Is that a magenta tie? It's hard to tell. It's like a purple tie there, right?
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you, Mr.
So
Vice
this guy insists that he has the real purple tie. So I'll give you a question too. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Two questions for you. One on Iran and one on China, given the president's trip last week to Beijing. On Iran, you met on April the 11th with Iranian negotiators, including the foreign minister. Is it your sense, Mr. Vice President, that they're just stringing the U.S. along? That's the sense from lawmakers from both parties. And then on China, you come from a state that manufactures a lot of automobiles. Is it your sense that within this term that you have with the president, that China-branded vehicles will be sold right here in America?
Well, I think that what the president has shown a willingness to do, unlike any president in my lifetime, is to protect the American automotive industry. We're not going to let the American automotive industry disappear. There are a lot of ways in which we've reinvested, in which we've tariffed foreign competitors to ensure that American car workers, American auto workers, and the products they develop are going to be made right here in the United States of America and also available right here in the United States of America. I think it's important for just the American people. I want to make this point. Car manufacturing is one of those skills that when it disappears, it's hard to regain. And when you've got people who can build complex machines, and our great workers in Ohio, Michigan, and elsewhere, they do a very good job. They also, God forbid, in times of national emergency, can be called on to manufacture other complex machinery. So it's very, very important that we protect that native auto industry. The president has done more on this than anybody, but we're certainly going to keep on working at it. You asked about being strung along. Look, you never know until you know, right? What all we can do is negotiate in good faith, try to find a pathway that accomplishes the president's objectives, that accomplishes the national security interests of the American people, and gets this thing in a good place. I think somebody earlier asked this question. I am not certain, and I'm not going to be certain until we sign a deal that we have a deal, but I feel confident enough to keep on doing the work and to try to find a good deal for the American people, and that's what I'm going to do. So
Yo, I picked up on something. He said kind of funny. Mm-hmm. He said the car manufacturing industry, because these guys can build complex machinery. Mm-hmm. Now he's referring it to building cars. Now think about the application of what he said. He didn't say we have guys that can build cars. He said complex machinery. What if this is a little conspiratorial? What if? And this is a huge reason why they won't allow the car industry to die, is because in a time of war, could those same manufacturing plants be converted into building tanks, planes, missiles, bombs? Because think about what he said. Think about his words.
They're already doing it. I just saw some shit about this the other day. They're already asking them.
He cryptically kind of gave his position away. If you listen to Aaron, you heard what I heard? Like,
yeah. Did you hear about all the new shit that we ordered? We just ordered like 25 ice cutters, like those ice cutter boats that we only have one in Russia.
But what I'm asking is, who's building them? Where's the manufacturing being done? Is it in the United States?
Well, so we tried to. So I know about the boats. So the cutters, we tried to do it here first, and we've never made them before. So it was too like front heavy. So we went over to Finland, I think it was, and so it's our guys, but they're showing us how to do it and shit. So because they're like the pros.
Is it that we don't know how to do it, or so we don't have the ability to manufacture them? Like, what's the?
We made one. They said we made one, and it wasn't. It was too front heavy. But what did you say, Aaron?
I know that there's this guy in California that has autonomous warcraft. Like,
what does it do?
He's looking up. I can see. I can
Looks,
see
yeah. Like, you see those dogs? Do you see that they're making those dogs available to the public? The robotic dogs. Like, I think everybody at this point knows what they are.
Yeah.
Oh, so
they made in Boston.
Hold on. Boston Dynamics. So now instead of having Alexa, like an Alexa style device in your house listening to you, now you have a companion listening to you 24/7.
Yeah,
and downloading your data to these data centers, dude. Giving these AIs.
All right, so it's called Anduril Industries. Look this up. Anduril Industries. Anduril. Anduril develops autonomous drones, counter-drone defense systems, and autonomous sentries. The company is currently building Arsenal One, a massive autonomous weapons factory designed to mass-produce military robots and drones. And the CEO, his name is Palmer Luckey. He's 33 years old. He's got a mullet and a goatee.
Oh, my God.
And it says Luckey is a brilliant, unorthodox tech prodigy who first made headlines by founding Oculus VR and selling it to Facebook for $2 billion at age 21. So this kid's like a young fucking genius.
He's a young Bill Gates.
Yeah, he did the VR headsets that Zuckerberg was like, I need that. That's the future.
Yeah, dude. Both my kids have them. Actually, all three of my kids had them at one point. I paid fucking $350 each for a pair.
Yeah.
Styles, look at what the kid looks like.
That was Styles. That's what Styles looked like when he was 22.
I never had a mullet.
He's younger than all three of us.
Joey, when you were a little kid, did you have a mullet? Don't lie.
No, I had a whiffle. I had a whiffle my whole life, and then when I got to my young teens, I started getting those
you had a tail when you were a kid, at least. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Clearly you did because you're
no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Bro, I had whiffles all the time, bro. Nah,
yeah.
My parents were like, just cut. You know what it is? My parents are so fucking cheap that they only wanted to give me one haircut a month. So they were like, whiffle it down, just blade it. They didn't want me to be bald, so they just that way they could fucking get me to the next month to fucking give me the the $15 haircut, whatever the fuck it was back then.
Bro, when I was like in the third grade, I used to get a bald fade and get fucking lines cut. And this time, you remember that shit?
Yo, but Boston and Mike says Paulie has a mullet. That's in the comments right now.
He said that I have a mullet.
Yeah.
No,
but he has a mullet on his bush, dude. His gray bush has a mullet on it.
And it's wearing a pair of Oakley sunglasses too. Yeah. Hello. So where we going next? away from the balls mullets.
Right now.
No, we should dig deeper into that, dude. Yo, that's quite interesting. That
Yeah, well, that's the future. Drones are the future of everything.
It's the future. It's not just drones, bro. It's gonna be robots. You're gonna have to have an army too.
Yeah, they're already building the robots. He's already got a contract for robots and drones.
But are they gonna be Terminator? Are they gonna turn into Terminators?
When you have outside people like hackers that know how to make code, that is inevitably gonna happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the cyber warfares going on. When think of 50 years from now, there's no more standing human army. There's no more standing humans driving planes or even ships at this point.
Yeah.
Everything's automated. Everything's autonomous and automated, right? Now hackers have become the next wave of most important things because now I can hack into your military. I know you're about to attack me over here, right? I'm gonna hack into your military over there and fucking destroy or hurt or make them fight each other. That way I'm not getting attacked.
Let me put my tinfoil hat on, right? They trained this younger generation that would be 18 plus able to go into the military by, I don't know, Call of Duty, shooting.
I know, you're right.
All of this shit. I mean, this kid's like, oh, my kill shot. No, the fuck?
Bro, think about the Oculus. Think about what the Oculus is doing. So right now, right, to say AI.
Well, training.
No, what I'm saying is it becomes like an Avatar movie where you put the Oculus headset on. Instead of me being in Iraq, I'm now in America with an Oculus headset controlling the robot in fucking Iran or whatever country was fighting at that point. And now I'm not getting hit, but I'm using my human intelligence in understanding how to maneuver this thing around.
Dude, they're already doing it.
When you were younger, and hey, now you're good.
Yep.
I was watching this shit recently about people who that was their job, and you're basically like in a video game, but they were controlling the drones in the Middle East and killing people. And they were like, you would think because you're not there physically seeing and doing it that it would, but like they started to have massive fucking PTSD and trauma and shit. Like, but you're right. It's a whole video game thing. Like,
it's coming. It's coming.
They're gonna have that's gonna control everything. And you're right. They want everything autonomous. So even though I don't love that, that is definitely. That's like what I was saying.
But then hackers become that huge currency because that's the only way you can really fight that autonomy shit.
And you're right about that too.
You can fight head on. You can put two different autonomous countries to fight each other head on with traditional warfare. But the real war is gonna be how well can I hack your shit and disable them so that my shit can overtake yours.
Because I heard that AI.
You know how to Call of Duty have their championships and shit like that now?
I watch it, dude.
Bro, the total prize for the 2026 Call of Duty League Championship is $2 million.
Yeah. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
I know. I've seen it. It's big.
Future soldiers.
Hell yeah.
VR headsets and robots.
Yo, I heard this shit.
We just think, hey.
And how to work together.
Games are popular.
And then how to work together autonomously. Because now you're putting together 5 different people in these suits having to work together instead of being in real life in IRL and seeing each other. They get in these teams set up like this to work together autonomously so that we can be in Arizona in a fucking cargo container working, set up in these suits and shit, but we have to be able to work together still like as if we were over there. That's what these things. I agree with you, though.
They've been training us for society. We just think it's popular because it's cool, and we don't even fucking realize until you look at the picture a decade later. So this is why I tell people all the time, I'm looking at a decade from now. Fuck now. We are already here.
Could you imagine?
A decade ago. Listen.
Could you imagine what we're going to see in our lifetime?
Listen, I did it on one of the episodes a couple weeks back. Remember, I asked AI to predict life in 2030. We're going to have a fucking daily AI assistant with us that basically does all our menial tasks and little robots like it's the fucking Jetsons.
I keep forgetting this is Joey was saying about people hacking into shit. Have you heard this shit that's saying that like AI is going to make it so like nothing can be encrypted? Like you're going to be able to find a way to, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Because like how are you going to protect anything?
Nothing.
So it's going to be like mass. It's going to be just mass warfare.
Privacy and shit like that, bro. That's been gone for fucking 20 years.
I know it's only getting worse.
What Paul's saying isn't our private privacy. He's talking about like governmental.
Anything.
That's going to be fair game too.
Yeah,
it's going to be the new wars. Bro,
anything and everything.
Hacked. Our
information
hacked hundreds of thousands of times daily.
It's the information war. Like it's just gonna open. It's time to open up. But that's if they don't find a way to control this AI, like on our side.
What they'll do is end up making a deal with all these countries. We'll share information because we do trade together. So it'll be
jobs. It's going to create a new sector of jobs in the IT field is what it is, because what you're saying is never going to stop. What you're going to say is we're going to have a cyber firewall, we'll call it. The AI is going to figure out how to hack it. We're going to figure out what the AI did, fix it. The AI is going to refigure out how to. And it's not. This is this thing that's never going to stop.
I already think we're past the hacking part because we've been getting hacked thousands of times daily for like a decade plus, especially by China and Russia. But look at, like I said, these tech guys went with Trump to China. We bought TikTok from China.
And it's worse, man. Now TikTok's worse.
But guess what? They still own a percentage of it. Part of the TikTok deal was they still own a percentage. We just keep the American data.
No, they're minority ownership in it, and they don't have say in it.
So guess what? They still have fucking access to the data. They sharing all of our shit to everybody they do business.
Oh, yeah.
So
do you know that's the most? That's the most expensive commodity.
We import trillions of dollars from China every year. Of course, we're going to give the information we collected to China so they can better make stuff for our consumers. It's just business. That's what's going to lead to this one world government where it's going to be all the countries that are in big business together will be in bed together. That's it.
It's already starting to happen. It's already starting to happen in China right now. So China, because we gave our manufacturing to them since the 90s. Yes. Their quality of life. This is the thing, and it's a capitalistic approach, because you go to a country that's super poor, you can pay them dirt amount of money to build shit. But when you do that, it's a double-edged sword, because now you're infusing that country with money and you're raising the standard of living. So
they're going to progress.
So now that with the standard of living, now instead of having to pay someone 20 cents, now you're paying 50, 60, 70. Eventually, you were going to build China up. Who's the next one? It's India. India is the next manufacturing hub, and people are already starting to shift over there because China is already starting to ascend with their lowest population. The standard of living isn't 10 cents anymore. It isn't a bucket of rice anymore. You can go to India and get it cheaper now. So as we go, China's even on the decline, and China's on decline anyways, because in 10 years they're not going to have the population to manufacture.
Yeah, they're going to age out.
They have nothing. India is one of the only populations, you can look this up, in the world that has a positive birth rate in the foreseeable future. They're the last ones to explode birth-wise. They have the next greatest amount of people to be able to handle global manufacturing.
They also have a huge issue with inbreeding.
It doesn't matter.
They also have a huge problem with inbreeding.
It doesn't, bro. Let's do it. India has some of the best tech people in the world, bro. We go.
I know, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
to the top of their students and bring their brightest students here to Silicon Valley, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Going. That's where that's going.
But I'm saying in that country they're so overpopulated and like it's.
But that's what they want, bro. That's what they want.
And Bill Gates,
a huge amount of people to build this.
Don't worry. Well, don't worry, because Bill Gates.
After the overpopulation builds a poorer community. Now everybody's poor because they are on top of each other and they're living crazy. So now you can pay them less and manufacture more because now you have more people. They don't care about the people. The government care about the money,
bro. What's happened to these countries?
That's a capitalistic way of thinking.
I was just gonna say it's the same thing that happened to us. Like it's what's happening to these people.
It happened to the United States. We passed it on to China. China's getting to the point. They're not there yet, but China at some point will get to the point where they don't have the population to manufacture anymore. It's gonna happen. You can already see it, and you can pull up any graph right now on Google and put it on screen, and they're gonna show you that China's population over the next 15 to 20 years falls off the map.
It's a cycle.
They don't have the people no more, so they're already looking at the next best thing, which is India.
Yeah.
This is what's
like
coming,
before us. Before us was Europe.
Yes, before us,
Europe was Europe
and China. Even before Europe, it was Russia. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
I know.
Like, so it's a never-ending circle, bro. But this is what we don't know our history, right? So most people don't understand this.
And this is why China got rid of that one-child policy so they can start repopulating. But this new generation of Chinese people, they don't want to really populate as much. Because
that takes generations. What you're saying, they did that one child shit for so long. It's gonna take them
aging out.
Everybody got used to just one child.
No, but it's gonna take generations to repopulate. You don't do it in just one go. This is gonna take them hundreds of years to get back together.
It's gonna take 100+ years to get back because each generation is so used to. There was a one-child policy. It feels odd to have more than one. I don't want to be the person that has 3. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
And do you guys know? Do you guys know the dark?
Genetically, what happens to that? Think about this: you remove a huge swath of your population, and you expect them to now reproduce with each other. Genetically, what happens to you as DNA-wise? Because, like Paul was saying, incest and shit, right? So, at what point have you slimmed down the population so much that you're crossbreeding? Because now. Think about this. This is why you're supposed to import immigrants is to help with the inbreeding thing.
It happens in Somalia. It happens in Somalia a lot.
That's why they got big foreheads, right?
Yeah. No, it's true, dude. It's kind of taboo.
That's a small piece. That's just one piece to the point.
It's kind of taboo to talk about some of this stuff, but yeah.
So much tourism now. Look, I seen a video the other day of this city in China. I forget the name of it, but they built replicas of every famous tourist destination in the world. Like they got their own Eiffel Tower. They got their own Big Ben clock. Yeah, bro. Everything's a complete fucking replica. It looks like a Disney World. And it's like
I wish I could travel the world, man. I wish I could travel
Americans that are there. They're like, hey, I booked this flight to China and I can see all these destinations in one spot. Fuck traveling the world.
Bro, that don't surprise me though, because they steal everything from everyone. So and then it doesn't surprise me the fact that they go build that shit. It doesn't. It goes hand in hand with what they do.
On top of all their own technology,
as the world turns, these are the days of our lives.
This billboard that's now coming to Times Square. Times Square is finally getting one. It's on the corner of a building where it just looks like a cutout in the building. But then a fucking video plays that's like a hologram, and they have it be different animals. Like a fucking tiger jumps out the building.
Shit, dude. Yeah, it looks real, and it looks 3D real.
So
realistic.
They're bringing one to Times Square now. But China's had that shit for like 5-10 years already. So it's like they have the power because they kept their people low. And hey, we're gonna mass produce shit. Now America's trying to follow that a little bit because hey, let's shrink the middle class and keep high class and a lot low class, so that way we can manufacture and make America great again and bring all these jobs back and do all this shit. And we're gonna think great, but they're really just putting us back to work, and we got a higher pay rate than China does. For them to make more fucking money in their business and us be employees as citizens and fucking do our thing. It's all a fucking money thing. We're all employees of the government.
it's funny, bro. It's mad funny when you think about it, too, because we know China is about to invade Taiwan at some point, and the world went to China.
Bro, did you see Trump's lack of response about Taiwan?
Yeah, bro, it's hilarious.
He said, "Mr. President, how was your talks about Taiwan?" He was like, "Great place. China's beautiful." And then I was like, "Wait a minute,
he knows it's coming."
Well, he differentiate that Taiwan's not China.
I know, because
he said great place, and then he said China's beautiful.
Bro, they get pissed off when you call Taiwan and you give Taiwan its own entity, when you call when its own independence, dude, China gets hella mad, bro.
Right,
bro. There was an interview once.
Remember, I said a few months back,
John Cena had to apologize for doing that.
Taiwan on the platter. I want to say it was about 4 or 5 months back. I said we're just going to give Taiwan to the dogs, and we're just going to
But dude, that was always the plan, though. That was always the plan. What we went to China and said was and this is the world, but the China said, listen, the biggest plant that produces the most expensive and the most multitask chips are in Taiwan. We have to give them time to give the United States said, I want a plant here. You're not going to invade until our plant's up and running.
Yes.
Europe said the same thing. So as soon as these plants are done in these other places, China's going to invade Taiwan and take it back.
Exactly. That little treaty that we had with Taiwan to protect them, that's going to be, sorry, bro, I can't help you. I'm busy.
Bro, you know what was? You know what that was? That was a way for you to buy our shit. That was a play in order. I want your money. Oh, you want a defense here? Here's some missile systems, but you got to pay for them. That was just a business move on our end, dude.
Yeah, it was just, I'm going to beat you real quick. I'm going to milk your resources until I can move it to my place.
Because China's going to take it anyways, dude. So we got to get it. But that's the thing about that. That just goes to show you that all of this really is just a play. Because if the president of China and the president of the United States come together and this actually was said, it's like, bro, then what really happens randomly in the world then? Is everything scripted then? Because if we know China's going to invade, it's like you can't invade that until we get this.
This is why I say that the government plans are like a decade in advance.
Hell yeah, if not further.
Exactly. So they know that, like, hey, we're gonna, like you said, China, hold on, so I can build the Taiwan plant in Arizona. It's gonna take me about 5 years to get it up and running the way I need. So, hey, not my term. But the next president's term, he's fucked with this one. I'm dropping this on his plate. I don't got to deal with it, so I don't give a fuck. Here you go, next president. Yeah, so, and then he's fucking saying, and don't worry, I'm going to back J.D. Vance if he runs. So he's already in on the loop, and he's cool with it. So if he's president, you already know it's a done deal with him. We're going to keep this deal going. So
is it just me? Or would you guys rather see Marco Rubio be the next president?
No, hell no.
No,
dude, Marco Rubio. Are you shitting me, bro? It's if you think it's bad now with Trump, if Marco Rubio become fucking forget it, bro.
What'd you call him? What'd you call him again?
Marco Rubio, dude. Come on, dude. Serious,
great,
bro. It'd be even worse, bro. It's even worse.
Hey, honestly, they're both campaigning, if you notice. And when I played that JD Vance clip, did you guys notice he's talking better?
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The pauses, the hand movements. Yeah.
Yes. He's presidential. I was gonna say after that clip that he looks so presidential.
Yeah, he looks extra lessons. You know what I mean?
I guess I wasn't thinking about that shit about Marco Rubio.
And then Marco Rubio, he's campaigning too. He knows.
I like his style, though.
He's like, he identifies as a minority. So guess what? He over here in the Nike tracksuit. He's DJing and shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Marco Rubio DJing for, bro?
And he wants to free Cuba and shit because that's where his family's from.
That's smart.
Listen, the whole free and liberate Cuba is just our terminology for, hey, we're going to go over there and take it and make it America.
Yep.
And guess what? They're going to love it.
We should have done that. We should have done it a long time ago.
Just like we just fucking locked up that Raul Castro guy. You know what I mean? We locked him up because, guess what?
Wait. We didn't get him yet, though, right?
4 years old or some shit.
We indicted him. I don't think we caught him.
Oh yeah, we indicted him, but we're gonna go arrest him. We're gonna do the same thing we did to Maduro.
I was about to say, I mean, we took a sitting president out of Venezuela. We'll take anyone.
He's 94.
And again,
yeah, so he's 94 years old. We're gonna go get him.
Aaron, me and you've already said this to each other. Who's gonna stop us from doing it? Who?
Nobody.
Who's gonna stop the United States from entering a country and taking what they want?
Yeah. Who? I'm actually for.
Trump has joked about running for president of Venezuela. He also put on his page Venezuela as the 51st state of the United States. Did you see that on his Twitter? He put the Twitter post on the White House page. Venezuela is the 51st state. I said, bro, the White House is bugging.
Gangster, bro. That's real.
I think we should have. Bro, I think we should.
Like, come on, we need some sign of like normalcy.
Nope.
I think we should have started slapping the fuck.
With the fucking Drake album holding the maggot chain. Come on,
bro. I think we should have started slapping the fuck out of these countries that are our fucking enemies a long time ago, dude.
No,
it's fucking time.
I agree.
I agree.
I just think that the way that we're doing it now is so night and day from politics 10 years ago.
And we still tried diplomacy.
They're saying the quiet part out loud. Before these were secret plans. Now we're outright telling them what we're gonna do.
Right.
Because really, in reality, we come to the point where who's going to stop us from doing anything? No one is. So why hide it? If there's no one to stop me, why am I going to hide my plans? Because I can do it anyways. I can tell you to do it. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad.
And even the politicians are like outing themselves. And
shit. What are you going to do?
Look at the January 6th reparations talk. Trump sued the United States of America
for $10 billion. $10 billion.
And he got what, 1.7, 1.8 billion dollar payment for him to do what he wants.
That's crazy.
Bro. So he sued and won.
You kind of sued yourself and just took $1 billion plus and put it aside.
At this point, he sued like every single fucking news station except for Fox and won.
Yeah, but fuck the news stations. Those are private companies. This is different. He's suing the United States of America.
Yeah, but the United States isn't a company. It doesn't sell anything. It takes tax revenue to pay shit like this. So all Trump did was fucking siphon $1 billion whatever the fuck it is away from tax money because we pay that.
Right.
The government doesn't sell cars, bro. It doesn't make money. The only way it makes money is siphoning our money out our check every week.
Except the United States
paying our union dues, basically.
Except the United States is a company.
America makes money with our trade. So
and we're the product.
And everything like that, that's what the business. But America's broke because we gave a bunch of our world trade away.
All of it almost.
Right. So the little bit of stuff that we do have to trade in America, we're trying to rebuild it and build it back. That's why we're in the AI race right now.
Do you know how much wealth
this field we might become a leader in? You know what I mean? So
if we can catch up, yes.
Right. We're in a race with China and Russia.
Bro, you know what happened? The fucking gun went off, right? The gun went off. Russia went, China went, India went. We stood around looking for a couple seconds like, oh, I gotta go. And then started now we're in this catch-up fucking mode now. Like,
right, because we were busy eating a burger. And we turned around, it was like, after this burger, I got you. Oh, fuck. Ran over. It was like, okay, cool, got you. But now we're doing the play that we got to do, and we're acting fast. That's why the whole oil play and the trade with Strait of Hormuz. That's why the Taiwan semiconductor chip moved to Arizona. That's why the visit with President Xi and the NVIDIA CEO and Elon talking about tech in the future. Like, hey, give us a few years, and then we'll hand Taiwan to you on a platter. We'll just turn around
and do anything. Yeah, we're gonna go.
We'll give a blind eye. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Oh, what's going on over there? I don't know. They're gonna be like this.
Sorry, I've been busy, Taiwan. I haven't got your calls in weeks. What's going on? You okay?
Well, maybe that's why we're at war now. So that when China goes and does it, we have a legit excuse globally to be like, I can't get involved with it. I'm too busy over here with this shit.
Yes. You know what I mean? And in the long run, that would help China anyways if we took control over the Strait of Hormuz, because a bunch of their imports for oil come from Iran in the Strait of Hormuz.
A huge dude. I think I don't know how true this is. I heard a staggering number, like 80% of Iranian oil goes to China. 80%.
Right. That would make us closer as a country. they might have talked about the Strait of Hormuz, and China was like, "Here, listen, you fight. We're gonna sit back. But if you win the Strait of Hormuz and against Iran, you notice how China is not interfering. We'll let you. We'll turn a blind eye. But if you take over, we better get at least the same price in oil or a little bit better of a deal for turning a blind eye."
I bet you Trump, knowing Trump the way he is, bro, he's the art of the deal. I bet you went to China and said, "Listen, we're gonna take this over. When we finally take it over, and we're now in control of Iranian oil, we'll give you X dollars off." Fucking
yes.
And then China's like, "All right," and then China being smart goes to Iran and goes, "I'll sell you some missile systems, some radar systems." So now they're even now they're playing both sides of the card. China is, which every country does that. Every
we know that they're doing that, but we can't call them out publicly and doing that because we expose the play.
Exactly. 100%.
I have a question for you guys. What do we do if China takes over Taiwan? What do we do about the chips?
We leave it alone.
We already talked about. We just talked about this for the last 10 minutes.
We're gonna leave it alone and give them Taiwan. And
they're taking Taiwan. They're taking Taiwan.
Chips.
But we can still have the chips. We still can get our chips.
They're not going to raid Taiwan until that fucking in Arizona till that facility is up and running.
Yeah, I know. I was just that's why I was looking it up.
Yeah, so
I read about the Arizona shit.
In Taiwan, the factory, we moved it for like a couple $2 billion. They put it in Arizona. It's being built right now. So as soon as that,
but this says
huge ass
this
factory,
shit says very little physical chip manufacturing has been moved from Taiwan to United States at this point.
Yeah, at this point. So we're talking
it takes years to build these facilities.
So as soon as that factory gets built, because it's not built yet, we just bought it, moved the company to Arizona.
And then we're gonna tell Taiwan, sorry guys.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck you. We're gonna feed you to the wolves. We don't need you no more.
Oh, by the way, buy all this military shit from us so we can take away whatever resources that you've built up in Taiwan since being independent from China. We want to say China's not gonna come in and just take all that. We're gonna take what we can. We're gonna pillage that prior to them coming in and taking over Taiwan. Here, we've supplied them with all types of military shit. They spent billions of dollars.
Take all that military shit back or sell it to them at a high price because they need it.
Yep.
Oh, I know you need this tank that I gave you 10 years ago, but it's mine now, and if you need it, it costs double. Sorry.
And they'll pay for it because they know China's going to invade, so they're absolutely going to pay it. They're going to do whatever they can.
Historically speaking, I think Taiwan has always been considered a part of Greater China.
It was. So you know, the current president right now is the Communist Party, whatever. That party ran the old party off. That old party is in Taiwan right now. That's why they
look what they did to Hong Kong. Look what they did to Hong Kong.
Yeah, they liberated it. Well, that was because it signed a deal with Britain. I believe it was Britain, and that it was like 99 years. The 99 years were up a couple of years ago. So China did it was supposed to. It fulfilled the contractual obligation, and then once the timing was up, China's like, all right, contract's over. I want my ship back.
Right.
But at first, I believe they said they weren't going to, but they still did.
Yeah. So all of this is who's going to be in bed with each other in a decade plus. We're going to be in bed with China and Russia.
It's the new world order. It's the new world order. Like it's just going to be either the new world order is either going to be bad or good, or probably somewhere in the middle.
You just said
probably somewhere in the middle.
One world order and have it be good. A one world order is not going to be good.
No. I said not a one world order. A new world order. What I mean is the way I don't mean it in the sense that people. I mean the way that the order that the world is in. Who's at the top? Who's where?
Yeah. No, but right now you have independent nations, so there is no one. Like we're reigning on top, but we're not king status, right? When you do a one world order, you have now taken democracy completely away, and you.
But I'm not saying.
But
that's my whole point. I wasn't saying a one world order. I was saying the new world order, which is the way the world's going.
Is the one world order, bro? They're one in the same.
No, there's two different things. No, there's two different things.
I think I understand what he's saying. Not like the leader, like the table of leaders and who runs the new world order, but like the new way the world's going to be ran.
Which is going to be dictated by them.
Yes.
But I think we're all still going to be individual, but I think it's going to be more business ran. It's already business ran.
There's the new world order that's trying to make us all one entity. And
man.
That was like perfect timing, bro. They just assassinated him in live on live camera.
Damn, we just lost Paulie Styles.
Yo, Styles just got JFK
The government
live.
got him.
Right?
He was about to drop a bomb, and they dropped the bomb.
Paulie, what happened?
What the fuck?
Bro, that timing was impeccable. Holy shit, man.
Zuckerberg said, "What'd you say?"
Right? Yeah.
He said, "Oh, you was talking shit?"
Yep.
Yeah.
They were like, Paul. All you heard is this. All you heard was
horrible.
Flatlined him. It's funny. He's just still there.
If you can hear me and you're alive and you
Blink
haven't
twice.
been assassinated, remove yourself and come back in.
Yeah. Blink twice if you're still alive, sir.
For real.
If you need help, blink 4 times.
Dude, the fucking New World Order. The New World Order fucking got me.
Nobody just said that. Bro, wait till you see that clip that we just did. We tried to skip for you.
Oh, please. I hope he did, because do you remember that other one where I said something and then it dropped out and you went like, and then Aaron was like, I don't know, but I'm out.
Same shit, bro. That was awesome.
It's gonna be fun shit.
Awesome.
We thought you got assassinated. I mean, you was about to drop a bomb. They dropped a bomb. It was not good. But yeah, listen, I think that, like I've said before, it's gonna go to the big 3. There's gonna be hemispheres. Everybody's gonna have their thing. We're gonna work together because it's business. It's just we cut the snakes out the circle and we tightened up the circle, so it's a smaller circle of business now.
Who would you say?
So the big 3 is Russia, U.S., Russia, China.
As of right now, but looking in the future, you got to incorporate
Yeah.
India in this. India's
You're right.
Become a player in
India
this
will be
short term.
4. India will be 4. There'll still be other countries that are in the list.
No,
but
but I think India is going to be considered because they're gonna be the new China. They're gonna have this manufacturing coming. They're gonna increase their military or more. They're gonna be a player when time comes.
Yeah, but China's trying to increase tourism like crazy right now. Like I said, go look up
Middle
some
East too.
Go look up some Americans living in China videos, right, bro? It makes you want to take a flight, okay? And the shit is super cheap, bro. They fucking.
I wanted to visit. But it's still, very
house suites, like fucking marble floors and something, like $800 a month.
But they still control you, man. Like, is it worth it?
I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, but yo, did you see their construction though?
Did you see the coffin apartments? Did you see the people who live in coffin apartments?
Bro,
so it's not all fucking happy fun time there.
Bro, they have ghost cities they built in the last 10 years that are falling apart. They have videos of people going over there, the rebar they're putting in the concrete.
Yeah.
These guys are taking with their hand and going like this.
Yeah, because that was I think just like that
was a housing
instead of putting like a 3D model of a projection of what the site's gonna look like, I think China just rushed to build it. It was like, look, come here. And they weren't really ready to build to where they're at now. So all that shit fell apart. And then these Chinese that are like in school all fucking day long, they was smart and fucking studied that failure and was like, okay, cool. And now they got these like bullet trains that go fucking 200 miles an hour that hang up.
Japan has them too. Japan has them.
Yeah, why don't we have them? That's a good question. Why don't we have
We're
them?
supposed to. California is a perfect example of $18 billion invested into a project and there's not one
Hardly
piece of
nothing.
railroad down. No, not
Nothing.
there's not nothing. Nothing's even started, bro. Because you have fucking this corruption in our politicians.
Right. And
Because it's going into their pockets, bro.
Government doesn't want certain things like that.
Like, I always knew there was fraud and corruption, but I don't think I ever imagined it was this bad.
No, nobody did. Nobody did, bro. This is why we're $39 trillion in debt, bro.
Because of
But why are we not putting the brakes on it, dude? Like, we should be like restarting everything. Like, all the entitlement checks, you should have to like reapply and shit. Like, I know that sucks for some people, but I don't know, man. Like, we should be like looking into shit.
Because
Look at
this analogy,
you
right?
can't disrupt the movement like that.
Look at this analogy, right? The United States of America bank account. Every American has access to it. So all the money that we spend and use and save, that's all our budget. But there's a lot of people that fuck up their spending and then get handouts and get assistance and get this, or then there's the scammers. So all of those people that are draining the bank account,
they gotta go.
Factor that into the budget or fix why they're draining the bank account. Because no matter what, we can't just say poof, make them disappear.
Like, bro, there's people that are bitching
society
about these new requirements that you have to work a certain amount of hours a week, bro. And it's only for able-bodied people. Like, they're not telling fucking, handicapped people go out and work.
It's either that or go to school. You know what I mean? So
and going to school and going to school would be nice, actually. I would, you know what I mean?
Right, so you can go learn something, get the assistance, and then use what you learned to get a job to get off the assistance.
That's the type of thing we should be doing.
That was what it was meant to be. But like we said earlier, bro, there's always going to be what we call the bottom feeders that are going to see these institutions set up for the greater good and take advantage of them. And there's nothing you can do about it. Because
I think with the system, like I always say, it's designed like this. It's like a ladder to get people up, but every other step on the ladder is like there's something broke or one's missing. Like, so, like, all right, for example, I know somebody who has a good salary, okay, lives with somebody else who works full time, living in the projects, just paying max rent.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of that.
In my opinion, housing should be on top of that. There should be something implemented in housing's program that, okay, if you're affording max rent for more than 6 months, well, we're giving you an eviction notice so you can go get your fucking an apartment. Or it's like, hey, once you're at max rent, you now have 6 months to find a new place or we're evicting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can afford it. So it gets them off their ass, realizing, hey, I need to get into an apartment that they can afford, and they pay their own way. And then now whoever needs housing can go up on the ladder from a tent to the projects, and we get people off the street.
You're right, bro. You're right. That's absolutely how it should be. The problem is, though, the politicians that have to enact that, their constituents are those people. So what they're doing is what they're asking is like, I need you to vote for me while I'm taking away the shit that you don't want to be taken away. It's a never-ending.
But they get this shit to pass with just simple wording.
That's what cracks me up.
So there's a bunch of Democrats that voted for fucking shit that took away entitlement programs. You know what I mean? In the late 90s. You know what I mean? Under Clinton. Clinton fucked up a bunch of shit. And just like the crack laws. Democrats voting for the crack laws was crazy because a lot of Democrats,
Democrats in the 90s and Democrats now are completely opposite of each other, bro. They did a complete 180, bro. The Bill Clinton Democrat to a fucking Joe Biden Democrat.
Follow the team. Doesn't matter.
Now they give them new crack pipes.
Right, but listen,
Hunter Biden.
Most Americans just follow the team.
Points.
Like I say all the time, most Americans just follow the team. They're like, hey, do I root for the donkey or the elephant? What's up? You know what I mean? They're red, blue. They pick a color. They pick a team. Their family picks the team, and they pass it down.
It's what benefits you. It's what you align with and how to align with shit. It's shit that the values or core values you have as a person, you align with the side that's closest to you. There's never going to be a 1-for-1 fit, but all right, 60%. I'm center right. I lean right because 60% of what Republicans say fits my lifestyle better than the 40% of Democrats. You know what I mean?
Right. I get it. And I'm center because I like shit in both. So I'm like, all right, cool. This makes sense. I just think everything could be executed better and actually get rid of all the fraud. And then we could just do way more of the promises that are being sold and actually get this shit fixed.
And there's mad fraud. And there's mad fraud in Massachusetts too. Now they're going at them up in Maine. The Somalians, bro, I cannot stand all these people on the left online claiming that it's a lie, that there's no fraud in Minnesota and the Somalian community and shit. There's a bunch of idiots. Shout out to fucking Efren. Dumbass fuck.
Times Minnesota by 50. And now look at the number. Whatever Minnesota is, and if you start to get,
they're already in Maine, Ohio, California,
Texas,
New York,
Florida. Those ones probably have more because they're bigger states.
Yeah.
They have
right
more,
here,
you know what I mean?
dude.
So when you take that and you times that by 50, you're talking into the trillions of dollars. Hence why we're $39 trillion in debt.
Like listen to Michelle Wu talk about how Somalians are
built Boston, which is bullshit.
Built Boston, and they're like flying Somalian flags and shit. Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing, man? Like,
listen, guys, honestly, if we took corruption out the picture, hypothetically, which would never be out the picture, but if we just take it out the picture, the way things are budgeted and ran, the money's there for everything. Like FiF said earlier.
There's more, bro. There isn't enough.
Yeah, so not only would we cover our budget, we would be profit because of all the tax. So
it's like how Mexico doesn't get rid of their cartels. Like, it's like part of the fucking economy now.
Right.
Like,
but these politicians know, hey, I got people that'll pay to get me in and lobby to get me in. I just make a few promises for them, keep a few promises with them, and they'll hook me up for life. And now these APAC and all these other PACs are fucking saying, okay, well, they're the ones benefiting.
You know, a lot of black and brown Americans, a lot of
20 years, and they've never ran. You know what I mean? They don't want to be the puppet, but they're the puppet master.
A lot of black and brown people are starting to become Republicans now because they've totally changed their whole deal to it's like illegal aliens are their number one people. Like, I can't believe that the SAVE Act has not fucking like, and the Republicans too. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Listen,
you should have to use an ID to fucking vote.
And Republicans are all fucking idiots. I think anybody that identifies as a Democrat or Republican are fucking idiots. That's why I identify as an independent, because the team picking is what they want you to do. Okay, all they did was switch what Democrats did and made the Republicans the cool party of the people. Because people stopped paying attention to politics, so we got to get you interested again. Because, you know, this fucking mind brainwashing tactic stopped working on you guys because you guys got the internet and got fucking distracted. Hey, guess what? Pay attention again. Republicans cool. Look, we got trucker hats. We're party of the people. Fucking McDonald's. Our president loves Big Macs.
Yeah.
Look at the
trash trucks. Driving trash trucks.
Yeah. And then they fucking run with it like zombies.
I've been trying so long not to get black-pilled, man, but it's happening, man. Like, I've been getting so black-pilled lately. Like, they're all fucking evil, man.
Black pill is the fucking pill to take because the red or the blue, you're just picking the side. The black pill, you're sitting on the sidelines watching
it.
And now you can analyze the game better because you're not in the moment. You
like
actually
people
see the fucking picture, and now you're like, whoa, holy shit. That's why
people always assume.
Where's the fourth pill?
But then they took a woke term and made it look ridiculous by putting fucking piercings and the fucking weird implants on your head.
You're red. You're blue, you're red, you're black. Right? Like you just said, the blue's this, the red's that. And
there's a white pill.
The people are on the black pill people on the sideline watching in. Where's the fourth set of people, the ones that are now on the sideline watching, but actually go and do something to stop or to change what's going on? Because even if you're black-pilled, you're on the sideline analyzing, but you're not doing anything.
You know the white pill?
You're reading the play. You're a coach. You're reading the play, but you're not in there to change the play. Who's the
you got to get enough people on the sidelines to form a new team and get a new pill.
Fourth one? You know,
we need a different. You're right.
And
we need a different pill.
The disruptor. Who's going to be willing enough to stand up and take the shots to be disruptor, to change the course? Because it's all good. If you're in the game playing left or right, fine. If you're even the black pill and you're outside looking in, but you ain't doing nothing. We need
white pilled, and then white pilled. White pilled are the people who think, no, I like that. White pilled are the people who think that like everything's fine and that there's nothing wrong.
You still need someone to be a disruptor.
They're just blissfully ignorant. They're just blissfully ignorant.
Those are the people that like, I don't know, I don't care, bro. I just know I gotta go to work.
I'm not political. anyways,
they're
I
like,
think
this fight ain't mine. I don't care enough.
That's the ignorance is bliss right there. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
That's where that comes
Yeah,
from, bro.
I
Because
said it.
I don't want nothing to do with that whole. Because let's be honest, bro. As soon as you get woke, and I don't mean woke left woke, I mean woke to like hip to what's
Wake
going on
up.
in life.
That goes to what I just said about how they
go back.
switch the definition of woke.
You know what I mean?
The
Like you can't
definition
go
of
back, bro.
woke
Once
is
once
realizing
you see
what's
that
on
shit,
the
you're
game
like, fuck,
field.
man.
It's word warfare.
It's an anxiety. It's an anxiety. It's a new way. It's once you what it sucks. So the ignorance is bliss. I kind of look at them people like I wish I wasn't involved with this shit. That way I can be chilling nice.
Because
Like,
what you're saying, I feel the same way. I feel the same way what you're saying because
can't
once
turn
you
this off.
see that shit, once you see it, you can't fucking unsee it.
You can't flip the switch back, bro, and go back to that. It sucks. Once you're here, you're here. Like
I know. I was talking to my wife. I was talking to my wife about it.
Like, damn, bro, you got it nice, man. Like, you don't worry.
I used to be like that more at one point in my life. It's sometimes I wonder if we should just turn off the media and just fucking walk out into the wilderness.
It's hooked.
They made it where you can't turn off the media.
Yeah, I know.
In your hand.
Because then you have not a fucking clue what's going on. You just look like a dumb fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
know,
and they made it not normal for you.
And and then you're easily manipulated when you have no fucking clue what's going on.
People look at you fucked up. People look at you fucked up when they come to you like, yo, did you see what Trump said? Or you see what happened yesterday on this thing? And you're like, nah, bro, I don't pay attention to social media. People look at you, they be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You become the outcast.
Right.
I know. It's so weird. We live in a fucking strange world, gentlemen.
What a genius system that's been thrust upon us.
Bro, listen, and they train us subconsciously. There's a progressive commercial, right? Where there's a fucking leaky drain or some shit. So they fix it. They all pop over there. And one of them was like, oh, I got to post this on social media. So all of them are like talking about, hey, what the caption should be, right? Be like, oh, should be like this, and that one saying that. And then one person goes, you know, you don't have to post everything on social media for validation, you know. And they all just looked at the person and laughed and was like, right.
Yeah, right.
It's like progressive.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy.
So it's like they beating you in the head with, hey, this is normal. You got to be on your phone. This is normal to have these wearable technology now. It's normal to have, you know, the AI on your phone that you talk to.
Do you think this new AI music is gonna kill the music industry and like it's starting to make like shows and movies and shit? They say it's gonna kill Hollywood too because they're just gonna be able to make
revive it. I think it's going to revive it. I think people are going to we're already tired of the checklist in all these TV shows. So people are going to want, all right, I'm tired of the AI videos. I'm tired of the AI music. It's cool. It sounds good. It's a bop. But I want to be invested into the artist. So I want to go to the live show. Unless they do some dope fucking hologram Tupac 2026 version fucking show. That shit's amazing.
It's coming at some point.
It's coming.
It's coming.
That's for the big artists. Because that's too
like
much
there are already AI artists that are like I've just saw something about the other day.
They're charting, bro.
Yeah,
that's kind of alarming.
What I'm saying is like people like it, but when it translates. Music is a feeling. You have to.
I agree. AI just taking everything that we've done and just making a jumbled up recreation of it.
Casual listeners. There's always casual listeners of music. People that like.
Some people love that shit.
Song, but I don't know the artist. I don't know the name, but I like it. I know a few words. There's those people. You know what I mean? A lot of not to generalize, but a lot of females are like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it's just like female heavy music, they don't know what the fuck it is. But that's like for us men too. We don't know a lot of female music. Some, not a lot.
Yeah, some, but not no.
But it's like, all right, so everybody's gonna have their niche, but it's gonna come down to a live show, a live experience, what you can invest into the artist. We've gotten to the point where the internet made us chase artists around with TMZ cameras and find out about how we keeping up with the Kardashians and what Kanye's bugging out about today. And Jay-Z and Beyonce was out here We got a video of them. They went out to dinner. And it's like, we want to know everything. So unless the AI character and artist can create an avatar and create a character that we can follow and invest in, it won't get past just the music.
No, right now,
and
yeah.
Then more people.
AI will evolve. It'll evolve, bro, at some point. Like you said.
It will, but I'm saying it'll take a long time for like the avatars and holograms.
This is the last. So this is the last hurrah. This is the calm before the storm. This is like the last, because in 15, 20, whatever years, 30 years, 40, whatever the fuck it is, at some point, AI will be that good. You're not going to be able to tell the difference. And it will just naturally evolve itself when it starts reading the algorithm, being like, oh, people's attention to this kind of shit's going down. I can already
But at that time, I feel like that's when we'll want it. And we'll be so incorporated with AI everywhere else in our life that it'll be like, oh, shit, why not just listen to the AI artists? I don't care about...
You don't even tell the difference whether it's a human or not. You know what I mean? It's gonna be that good,
right?
Which is funny too, because if you think about it, if this really is the last hurrah for music, why all of a sudden have they put out things like DistroKid and all these places where artists who, like me and you, who aren't signed, have the ability now to come out and be global fucking people because they don't care anymore. They're like, it doesn't matter. This next wave's coming. Here's some breadcrumbs, bro.
The access so they can get the last bit of funds that they can out of this market.
That's what's all. That's what ruins everything. That's what ruins everything. Dude. You know what I?
That's why I say it goes to the live show. It goes to what we brand ourselves as social media content creators. That's why in music industry now it's all about content. It's about what you're doing on top of your music, because people want to invest in something. I don't think that'll ever die. Humans' curiosity killed the cat, but that's a human fucking metaphor.
Yeah, do you think conscious hip hop is coming back? Because it seems like
I think all types. I think pain hip hop is coming back.
Thank God, because all that mumble shit was fucking garbage.
I think a lot of it is, but I think every lane just got bigger and there's more lanes. Like, you still got the Jersey drill, you still got.
So instead of having one big lane, instead of it being one wave like it's always been there's always been one big wave. That one wave now is broken into it's fractured, where now the one big wave is multiple smaller waves together forming the one big wave, versus it being like Paul, you say mumble rap. Mumble rap itself was huge. Nothing else really at that time was that big. Now there is no one mumble rap right now. That one entity has fractured into a shitload of small ones that form the big one. So everyone's getting a taste. Everyone's getting a taste right now. It's
then drill was born from that.
You know what I mean? And then
but right now
the SoundCloud
still got some drill artists that are still popping. You got some mumble rappers that are still popping right now. You got trap rappers that are still popping.
Boom
bap rappers that have came back and popping. So now
I love that.
Everybody got a lane, and now we just categorize everything.
Yeah, everyone's eating right now instead of one big. Yeah, hell yeah. It's kind of better that way.
When the schools changed division and the math for the kids, and then the math problem went from like 2 simple steps to the whole page.
Yeah.
We did that with music. We just over-explained what their sound is. We're like, that's hip-hop. And when we was
they say
until we were like, nah, that's trap. And now we're like, nah, that's Atlanta trap. Nah, that's New York drill. Or nah, that's Jersey club drill.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Do you notice how rock and roll has really died?
It's still rock and roll got its lane too. You know what I mean? Everybody's got its lane, and everybody.
It's so different. But that's because the times are changing.
Right,
no,
because hip hop's the global movement. Hip hop's the global fucking. It's really like the global music right now. It's like a hip hop or a hip hop variant. That's
countries,
like, as in 60s and 70s, bro, it was that soft rock, that classic rock that our parents listened to. That was the global thing at that moment. Now hip hop is like has taken over. Not that rock and roll is dying. It's that demographic of people who identified with it as a population are dying.
It's just on the back burner. It's just on the back burner, I think.
Like
I think
jazz,
we'll probably move.
It's like jazz or classical music.
Everything comes in waves. You're right. It comes in waves.
It was the thing.
Yeah.
Classical is not dead. Jazz isn't dead. The whole industry isn't dead. But the people, when that was the thing, those people are now gone. And
have you ever looked at all the waves? Have you ever looked at each genre and like the waves it's had over time? Like when it was popular, but then for a while it wasn't like jazz. Exactly that.
And then the next thing emerged out of it. You know what I mean? Like
and that's what creativity births.
So narrowly focused, and every genre had only a handful of singers, and then like genres of music started getting bigger in the 80s and 90s when like, okay, there's a lot of rock bands, or okay, there's a lot of rappers now. And before that, there was only like a handful of artists that were on the radio because it was radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the more access people have gotten over the years, the more big names you're going to see because people like more than one artist. It's not like, oh, I'm going to listen to music and it's just one artist all day, every day.
And the access to the music, too, there's more access to it. So now these genres are blowing up because the access to said genre, to the access to the rest of the world. It isn't just America. It isn't just Americans listening to American music. You have a global now audience tapping into hip-hop or country or rock.
Like you can see, like, so the numbers are different too. So like, remember back,
hip hop is taking over almost every country.
Yeah, so you can see an artist back in the day, and they had like 1 million views in like a week, and you'd be like, "Yo, this person's popping. They next,
super viral."
Yeah.
Super viral.
Now it's like, okay, I've never heard of that person. Who's that?
Yeah, who has 1 million views?
Your boy, like, bro, he's popping. He's about to be next.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, I've never heard of him.
Because there's so many of them. There's so many now with 1 million. The millions become like the it's become the standard. Has become like that's
so
wild.
Just picture like, all right, the NBA, how many basketball teams? All right, well, we expanded to the NCAA. You know what I mean? How many basketball teams in collegiate basketball?
I know. It's crazy how much YouTube. It's crazy how much like YouTube and Spotify and shit has fucking opened up. You know what I mean? To everybody being able to do whatever they might want to do with music.
The CEO of Spotify said that there's 20,000 uploads every day on average.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there was not 20,000 new songs a day.
It wasn't even 2,000. Like, you know what I mean? What the fuck?
It wasn't even 1,000 new songs
That's
a year.
crazy, bro.
Okay?
Because the record labels
like
had
100 new songs for the year.
Because the whole record label had the market cornered. They were the gatekeepers. They allowed what was what.
Yeah,
and they milked each song for everything it was worth. That's why I remember like there'd be one big song would be hot for like 6 months, 9 months. Now a song's hot for 2 or 3 weeks. They milked that cow. They drained every cent out of every song.
But now they shared the access to everybody else because they're scared of AI. Hence why Universal bought into Suno AI music app because they want to get into it. You know what I mean? And Warner actually partnered with Suno as well. So there's 2 record labels already partnered with an AI music app.
To make AI artists. That's going to be AI artists.
And then part of the deal was for them to study Warner and Universal's catalog of artists. So
it's crazy how music has changed, man.
Styles and shit like that hit their tones and peaks. So okay, you got Mariah Carey. Yeah, I need an artist to hit a Mariah Carey note. So thanks. I need to buy her talent.
And like this, it's produced like that,
and now it's just mimicked.
Why did they pigeonhole themselves? It doesn't seem like something that the people like this who are so greedy would want to do. But why did they pigeonhole themselves with digital music? Because used to be every so many years you would do a new format. You know, you went from fucking records to fucking 8-track.
They didn't pigeonhole themselves. They opened up. They just made deals. They're working with the AI. While all these record labels are screaming, oh my God, AI is going to kill music, the fans are saying that more. They gave that narrative to us, and we're like, yeah, we're not a big fan of AI. We want to invest in the music. It's a feeling, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So they're the ones partnering with the fucking AI. They're the ones that are going to eat because now instead of a fucking artist that's a human that I really got to deal with, I can just create one that I
know.
Own.
I
just made a army of my record label's huge now. I got 1,000.
I think that's why they off. I think that's why
And
they
who
off.
wins? Yo, now who wins out of that? Ready? Who wins out of that? AI wins, because now you have artists going to AI to help them become artists and be artists, and then you have the record label on the opposite side going to the AI to do the business side.
So green shit,
bro. AI wins because AI is the common denominator, dude. They get getting all that data.
It also works for the labels or whoever invests in building the AI artists, because now you own the artists.
But the AI wins. The AI itself as an entity wins because it's getting it from both sides.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's getting the input.
Us as humans, we're just using the AI to make money. So we're using something free, fucking that we just created in thin air.
But it's using us at the same time. It's collecting all of our data. It's using us at the same time. It's not like we're using it. It's also using us, because anytime I use ChatGPT and I search for a certain thing, that data is now collected when those data centers.
It's learning. It's learning off of you.
That's what I mean, bro. So it's
like this is what I come to all the time. Like, is AI gonna fucking imprison us, man? Like,
see.
Hopefully it's nice.
We're gonna have to integrate
what AI knows about me. I'm at the point where I don't care what AI knows about me, because I've had a cell phone for years now, and I know that just by having a cell phone, they can listen to you and get all your data anyways. So YouTube's AI watches all of our videos. I'm still worried about their privacy. The privacy's been gone. You've accepted the permissions on all these apps. We're on Facebook.
Yeah, it happened a long time ago. You are right about that.
So AI, they already knew it as soon as AI was created. The second AI was created, it just uploaded the information that was already on the servers and was programmed with it. Yeah. We already gave our information away and legal permissions.
But Aaron, if it's AI and it can just learning on itself and all that shit, why does it do all these weird things, like when it comes to like race and stuff? Like, so it has
that's what it's been taught. That's what it's been taught to base its opinions on. Yeah, that's the data that's been inputted.
Right, and it's getting like a consensus of everybody that's using it. The data centers are collecting everybody. So it's giving the overall consensus of what humans think the average answer for this. So it might.
What if these data centers just fucking? What if these data centers just?
It is. Listen, if we think that the sun is a beach ball, and everybody in the world types into ChatGPT, the sun is a beach ball. ChatGPT will now answer, "Hey, the sun is a beach ball."
I get it.
Change the facts.
And if you really want to be a master, this is how they're going to re-enslave us, bro. Because that data being collected in that data center, don't think for a second there aren't people in there re-inputting that data back into the AI to what they want, to get these AIs to give us the information.
And these data centers. What happens when these data centers?
Us and them now.
It all matters how popular you are. If you're super popular, you put a narrative out there, and everybody fucking believes it. Guess what? Now it just became fact because the AI.
No, I know this.
The AI says so.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But like, these data centers, man. What if these data centers fucking take over the planet, dude? Like, because they're already saying that certain people already have it.
They will.
Yes, I know. People are having blackouts and brownouts already because these fucking data centers are sucking all the fucking juice away. Like, and they're gonna say like, the data centers.
We're gonna fast track the solar panel fields and wind.
They're gonna kill us, but they're gonna kill off people. Let's be honest.
Nuclear fusion.
We have too many people in this world.
Nuclear fusion. We're gonna use hydro plants.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but don't you think we have too many people in this world?
No, bro, not at all. We have too many people that aren't motivated. That aren't motivated properly, bro.
I feel like we have too many clustered people. We have a bunch of wide open spaces across the world.
We have too many people who don't produce.
Don't want to fucking settle.
It's both. It's both things. Aaron's also right, bro. We're too densely populated. Where the rest of the planet, we have enough people on the planet that if we spread everything out evenly, everyone could have a little space and we wouldn't be on top of each other.
Exactly.
We also at the same time have a huge swath of unmotivated people that don't produce the weight that what is given to them, they don't put back in. It's a combination of both. You know what I mean? Like both.
So they want it so densely populated on purpose.
Because that's how you control masses, bro. Because like get them all to one area confined, and fucking you can put chains on them. You know what I mean?
Because for example, when you fly,
cities.
when you fly, when you're taking off and when you're landing, and you look at how much fucking open fucking wilderness there is,
bro.
Doesn't it make you think like, bro, what the fuck are we doing like on
And you
top
look
of
down
each other?
and there's like this clump right here, and then nothing but open wilderness for the long, and then another clump. It's like,
it's wild.
Yeah, dude.
Like you think about it, and
because of control.
It's control. Everything's control, bro. It's always been about control. But we live on a prison. This is a prison planet, whether we like it or not.
I still say what I think they want in this country for us is feudalism. You guys know what feudalism is?
Yeah, I'm watching Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah. So it's like the kings and the queens and the lords and the nobles, they control everything, and then all of the just regular people like us, we're just like
there's no regular people, bro. It's high class
producing
and low and peasants. There is no middle class back then, bro. There's no middle class.
It's the 99% and the 1%, right? Yeah, absolutely. They want to eliminate. They want to eliminate the middle class.
Of course they do.
And everybody like aligns with people. Like, I hate all these politicians equally because like they all.
I hate some more than others, though. That's
well,
some are dumber than others.
Start off hating them equally, and then there's others that I'm like, well, you're ridiculous.
Because that's your core. That's your core values of you saying, Paul, I'll give you an example. You're not big on LGBTQ being in school systems and shit, and neither am I.
Yeah.
But the left pushes that, the right don't. Automatically, we're gonna lean right on
right,
this.
Right.
Because that's the value. But there's people who don't. There's legit people in this world who don't care. They're like, yeah, I want my kid to be very inclusive and whatever other, and they think that shit's okay. And they truly do the same way.
But dude, do you see the books, man? Do you see, dude? It's fine to say like be kind to
value.
Like,
I'm with you on it, but you got to look at things.
Be kind to everybody. Like telling kids that these other people exist and you got to be kind to them and shit like that. I don't have a problem with that. These books that show like people blowing each other and shit. What, like, why would that be in elementary schools? And that shit's real. Like, why are they pushing that?
Think that and then you're a bigot.
And then if you take that doesn't make any sense. And then if you I'm big. Yeah. So then, but then if you take that same book to a fucking listen to a city council. If you take that same book to a city council meeting and you try to read it in front of them, they will have the police escort you out. The same book that they want in the elementary school library for your kids to read is not acceptable for you to read out in the fucking.
It's because you're a cis male. It's because you're a cis male, and that's your point. I was talking. You are a bad person. You shame you.
I'm just gonna become a trans woman, and then I can just do whatever I want. Because a lot of guys are doing that, right? Like. A lot of guys they're just creeps, and they want to use it to be able to get.
Those are beta males. Those are the kids in school, right? Who sat by themselves, got zero attention from a female, had like a friend or two at most, and this is what that's evolved into. Is
like this kid AP Hernandez. This is a perfect transition to this. You know this kid AP Hernandez in California?
No.
So he's that kid. All right. So he's that kid who's a dude, but he identifies as a girl, so he's a trans girl or whatever, and he's in high school, and he joined the women's track team, and he's just fucking I'm sure you guys heard of this before, and he's blowing everyone out of the water. AP Hernandez. And he's blowing everyone out of the fucking water.
If you can find a clip, pull up a clip if you can find one.
Yeah. And a lot of parents
lag. I went to go pull up something earlier and it started lagging and chopping.
And a lot of parents and their daughters have went to these city council meetings and shit now, and they're like, "This is not fair because he's winning. He's taking all over. He's like so why?" And like when he wins, like he's up on the podium, and they're like, "This is not fair." Like, and those dudes who are doing that, I want to see how he compares racing on the men's track team, because I bet you he's fucking sucks. He's a beta male, just like what Joey was saying.
No, bro, it's just like it goes back to that.
It's wrong. It's fucking wrong, dude.
What's that swimmer that was like 400?
Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas.
Ranked, what, 400 something in the world or in his division? Went to the women's and became first place, bro, and decided destroying records.
This is what I think about transgender sports, right? We got male sports, we got female sports. You want to be transgender
for a reason,
right? No, but listen, right? I get it.
Trans league.
So guess what? There's a trans women's league and a trans male league. I don't know why no business owner hasn't decided to capitalize on creating a fucking league.
If they did like a fucking trans, if they did a trans football league,
it's probably not worth it. There's not enough tranny people or people that'll be willing to watch. Because you got to figure, you need sponsorship in order to make those leagues work, bro. That's the reason why the NBA and the NFL are huge, is because NBC and CBS,
all the liberal companies would sponsor the fuck out of it. You know how much Disney would drop?
Yeah, but I'm not saying the
Disney
companies
would drop hundreds of $1 million.
I'm not saying the companies. I'm saying the viewership. Without the viewership, those companies fail. How many people like me and you are going to tune in to a trans event? They're not going to. It's like the WNBA. It's like the WNBA right now.
It's not going to be my cup of tea. But what I'm saying is, they'll push it down our throats.
They're doing it right now with the WNBA, bro.
Right?
No pun intended.
They'll add ads on it for everything. All these liberal sponsors,
they're losing money
fuck out of it. No, because they'll put it in our face. They'll make it such a hot, viral, trending topic.
It's already happening.
People will tap
Dude, trans football league. That should be hilarious.
NBA subsidizes the WNBA. The WNBA would not exist today because it can't, because it loses money yearly. The NBA has so much extra money, it subsidizes WNBA.
You're right. And I'm pretty sure that chick.
The dildo event.
I'm pretty sure that chick that
WNBA. No, listen. The dildo event at the WNBA. So
why is this show always going? Why is this show always going back to dildos? By the way,
listen. So we're talking about the WNBA losing money. So they were losing money until fans were going there and throwing dildos on the
floor. I saw that.
Yeah.
So then people started buying tickets and tuning into the games, hoping to see dildos get thrown on the court. So that became the certain games, and it still happens here and there. So instead of like streakers at a normal game, the WNBA got dildos thrown.
Oh, isn't that fun for the whole family?
So that'll happen more than streakers, but it'll increase ticket sales. You know what I mean? Because it's extra entertainment. You know what I mean? It's going to increase viewership because people are like, what the fuck is going on?
For like a week. And then it's going to go right back to the way it was, because people don't watch a game for the deal. They watch it for the competition. And there's no competition with the women. It's like watching it's like watching two fucking YMCA teams play each other. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's no bro, and I say that because they've already had pro WNBA teams play junior varsity high school teams, and the junior varsity boys beat a professional female team.
Yeah, they're not gonna
compete. The competition is not there.
Right. It's obviously not there. But what I'm saying is there's still gonna be a crowd of viewership and niche for that, just like there is for the music genre.
A little bit, but it doesn't add up. It doesn't equate with like the amount of money it takes to spend to promote a game, to put a game out, to pay the players, the stadiums.
They're just building a new company. Listen, they're building a new company. It's like Amazon in debt for the first decade. The WNBA is going to be a new thing. Look at UConn female basketball, right?
Dude, Caitlin Clark.
These girls have been fucking winning championships for like the last fucking decade.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Right.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No, listen, it'll get covered. We don't care because we're not into female sports. But
I love all the black girls. I love all the black girls that are pissed that Caitlin Clark is such a fucking beast. I actually like that part of it. I think that's funny.
Well, listen, a lot of people there's more virality to it. There's more of a niche. Just like, hey, I'm not into mumble rap, but there's millions of people that go into mumble rap. So yeah, it's not gonna be as profitable and popular as the NBA. Because the NBA is so huge and they've been working at making it huge by having legends for years that it's household. WNBA is in the beginning phases. They're breeding female athletes by saying, hey, you can be professional. You were just a tomboy and then you grew up and stopped playing basketball. But hey, now you could actually try. So now there's more female teams at these schools where there's females basketball. They're breeding the next generation of athletes. So there's going to be a niche there. It's not there yet, but it's an investment that in the future they're building for long term.
They're hoping that happens. I just don't see that. I just looked it up. The NBA subsidizes anywhere between $200 to $300 million a year which means the WNBA is running at a deficit of $200 to $300 million a year.
And you know what the problem is? And you know what the biggest problem they have is that women don't fucking support them enough.
You want to know why?
Women.
Because if you had a WNBA game and an NBA game playing at the same time, which one are you going to watch? There's only one of you to watch it. Which one are you going to watch women just because it's a woman and they play like shit, or you're going to watch the real competition, the real gladiator, the real Coliseum?
Even the women, that's the problem, because even the women are going to watch.
That's what I'm saying. Even the women want to see a better game. If they want to see a more competitive game, and because
they're watching the guys and shit too. Like the women don't want to watch the NBA.
The majority of guys, the 95% or higher of guys are not going to watch WNBA games. They're not going to.
So I just put into Chat GPT, how much profit does WNBA make per year versus NBA? NBA makes $14.3 billion, and it says Women's National Basketball Association makes $300 million. It says the NBA is projected to bring in about $14.3 billion this season. The WNBA was estimated around $200 million in 2024, with some analysts putting it closer to $300 million as the league has grown rapidly. This part is
ask what the cost is. Ask the cost, because they only generate. Say, we'll give them $300 million, right? That's what they generate. Ask what the cost is.
I asked the profit, so the profit would include the costs.
No, it runs at a deficit. It doesn't make money. It doesn't make it. That league costs X amount of dollars a year to operate.
Right, but put in how much profit WNBA makes per year.
Good.
Because profit includes the cost of operations, because it's a profit.
This is where you're gonna ask independent questions. This is where I don't trust Google shit. Ask each question, both of them, have them give you the answer, and you do the math yourself. What does it cost? Because you're asking about profit. When you say profit, that could mean they could be including all kinds of shit that doesn't need to be there and involved with it.
Yeah.
Are you talking about corporate sponsorships? Are you talking about ad revenue? Are you talking about, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well,
what you got to see, what you got to ask is, it costs, say, X amount of dollars for the WNBA to run. What are these teams generating minus the outside income? You know what I mean? Like, what does that actually generate? Because anything else is subsidy. You want to know the bones of it. You know what I mean?
What does it cost the WNBA to run per year, and what is its profits per year? What is the profit margin for its overall costs?
I was thinking maybe if their uniforms they made them bikinis, if they made their uniforms bikinis or something.
They tried that with football. They tried that with football a couple years ago, and it popped off. It was a trend. It popped off hot.
Yeah, the lingerie football. I remember that.
And then
Yeah.
Hold on, let me ask it again, because it picked up what Styles said.
Yeah.
All right, so
horse cock.
What does it cost the WNBA to run its operations per year, and what is its profit margins per year? Does it cover its operations costs, and is it profit, or is it losing money per year? I want you to speak this to me.
Speak this to me.
The WNBA's annual revenue is estimated between $200 and $350 million, but it's still operating at a loss. In 2024, for example, it reportedly lost about $40 to $50 million, giving it a profit margin of roughly negative 20 to 25%. The league has not fully broken even as costs remain high, though revenue is growing.
See what I mean? But you got to ask the right question, bro, because it's very misleading what this shit. And I've noticed this why debate and Efren and fucking Sean and all these kids. You got and I've noticed this why I debate them. The type of question is asked. You can cherry pick the question and you'll get the answer you want, and it will say what you want. But you got to break down. You don't understand.
It's the prompt. It's the prompt.
They're at a loss of $40 million a year. 25.
They always cut off the prompt,
and the NBA picks it up.
Right. So what
in
they're
the
doing
screenshots,
is they're building the league, like I said, for future things, like Amazon being broke for the first 10 years. They're still operating on a loss, but their revenue is getting better. Where now it's 75% on their own. They're doing it. NBA
because
it's a risk.
They haven't been around that long.
It's a risk. It was a gamble. They didn't know if the WNBA was going to pop off or not. You know what I mean? They assumed it would, and they were like, all right.
they knew it would pop off if they invested enough money pushing it. So that's why they pushed the WNBA so much. If you put it in people's faces every fucking day, it's going to brainwash them. I mean, it's just human psychology. It's just, do you have the money to do that? And NBA was like, yeah, at this point, I do. I do have the money to start up a startup league. You know what I mean? Like, look at Ice Cube with the big three. He's just got washed up NBA players playing. And he keeps growing different cities. There's a niche for everything out there. Just like there was.
Do you have the money? Do you have the money to corral the people in? Do you have the resources
in front of their face? It's popular enough. People will pull up because people will be like, "Hey, I like that," or "Hey, I've never experienced that before. I've never seen that before." People are curious. We want to try new things. So some people will watch fucking female sports. Like, I remember being locked up, bro. Female softball was on the TV.
Oh yeah.
That's just torture for you guys, though. They did it on purpose. They're like, let's put bitches in here just to fucking torture them a little more.
Right.
and those chicks that play that softball are thicker than a Snicker.
And they're tight. They got tight in their tight pants, titties all popping out.
Volleyball too. Volleyball too. That's another one.
It's got viewership. It's got viewership. You know what I mean? So they get some of these athletes now. I forget the WNBA player, super famous. She had a fucking McDonald's meal.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. They got her dressed up in like ball gowns and shit. They got her.
She does a podcast. You're talking about starting the OF now? Well, crazy.
Right. But then look at that other one. Look at the chick.
WNBA.
Yeah, look at the chick that I'm pretty sure is a dude, the one who got arrested in Russia.
Right,
bro. Tell me that's not a dude.
I think
right, there's like that was a few that are manly looking, but what I'm saying is they're gonna sexualize the ones that they can.
Oh, of course,
and they're gonna market that.
And they should sex sells.
Fifth knew her name. I didn't know her name, but I knew that she had a McDonald's meal.
Mm-hmm. I knew her name too.
One day
because
like,
she's the one
who the fuck is this? Google.
She's the one who has the fucking she has the rivalry with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Fuck, that's what I said. Like they do have some movement.
That's racial though. That's racial. She's mad. Angel Reese is mad because Caitlin's white. And you got to sneak.
Is a white chick doing better? I said yeah.
You don't think that whole argument
and that think is wrong? That think is wrong.
Orchestrated by the WNBA to create narrative around its fucking league. It gets
Caitlin Clark
going.
Talks the talk and walks the walk, bro. She's a beast. So
I think that's actually legit. I think that's actually natural form because Caitlin Clark doesn't play into it.
Right. She doesn't have to.
I know.
She doesn't even have to know.
She's smart.
No, but if you wanted to cause a scandal, you would have Caitlin Clark say shit back to really blow this up. If you were gonna make it WWE,
I wouldn't want to risk it. I wouldn't even want her to fucking know. I would do it on her behalf. She doesn't even have to know. It makes it more authentic. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on. She keeping her mouth closed. That's fucking great. You know what I mean?
Like there are people who make.
I'm pushing the narrative that they got beef. I'm pitting.
Yeah, there's mad people who make videos.
If it was staged and you wanted that beef, you would just have Caitlin Clark talk shit back. You wouldn't even need to put.
Yeah, but that gives you the WWE feel, and it's a basketball league.
Who cares?
But Angel Reese really does hate Caitlin Clark.
They're operating at a deficit. They want that. They want that attention right now. They're that desperate at this moment because they're not operating at a profit.
But they could also be playing the chess move of it's like, all right, we don't want the actual players to get into bashing each other because that could be bad for corporate sponsorships, but let the people do it. Let the internet and the world do it. Put these narratives out in memes and podcasts.
Oh shit, my shit.
Have these content creators push this narrative online. So now everybody's in the comments going back and forth, rage baited, talking about it. But we have the players oblivious to it. We just created this whole narrative online that gets people tuned in. Who the fuck is Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and why are they beefing? Who are these people? Oh, they're basketball players? Never heard of them. But why are they beefing? Oh, this, let me look into it. Oh, shit, this one makes this much per year. This one's done this.
Caitlin Clark is supposedly supposed to be the number one player in the WNBA. Angel Reese thinks she does. But the thing is, Angel Reese's gameplay sucks. You have Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, like probably arguably a top 10 NBA player of all time, is all over her on Twitter all the time. I see shits all the time. She said something like,
"That's all a narrative, in my opinion. It pushes the agenda.
Her gameplay, but now you get into the gameplay. Now you're getting into the competition of it.
Now you got people wanting to see if she sucks. People are gonna want to make their own judgment. People are gonna tune into the game to see if she actually fucking sucks, so they can argue a point because they were rage baited in a post. So they're gonna go watch clips. They're gonna go watch a game. They're gonna type her name in. All that search engine optimization is fucking great because it leads all the traffic back to the WWE.
I don't think it's WWE. I don't think it's WWE, dude. I don't think it's real projected to be fake. Shit like that is, you work your whole career to be a basketball player. You get to the top of the top, then they're gonna look at you and be like, as good as you are, pretend like you're bad.
Yeah, I don't think they have them pretending, is what I'm saying to you. I don't think they're getting Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese involved. I think behind the scenes, to get people talking about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and actually knowing who the fuck these broads are and eyes on them, they created a gossip, a narrative, and rage baited the public.
But the other two are the only one not feeding is Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese is probably coming out and saying shit. So she
probably seen everything online. And as a human with nobody in her ear had a feeling.
Yeah, but that's not the WNBA. That's not the WNBA manufacturing. That's her manufacturing it. So it's real.
At that point, when she's responding, yes. But I feel like the internet created the narrative first.
No, they created the narrative between them, and then it got pushed out to the net. It got pushed out. It wasn't the opposite. That makes no sense, bro. Think about it. Like, it has
how did the beef? Hold on, let me see how the beef with them started.
Because Caitlin Clark was
how did the beef with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese start?
A shoe deal was part of it. There's a whole bunch of crap, dude. You don't like it? It's white and black. You'll see.
The so-called beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is actually a competitive rivalry rooted in basketball, not personal animosity. It started in April 2023 when Reese's LSU team beat Clark's Iowa team in the NCAA final, and Reese's post-game celebrations drew a media storm. They later met again in the WNBA, and despite headlines, both have said they respect each other and that the media amplified the tension.
So dive deeper into more of the origins, though. I want to know the back and forth. I want to know what Angel Reese said about Caitlin Clark. I want to know what Caitlin Clark said about Angel Reese.
The back and forth between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese started after the 2023 NCAA championship game, when Reese celebrated with a gesture similar to one Clark had used earlier. Clark defended Reese, saying she shouldn't be criticized, while Reese pointed out a double standard in how their celebrations were perceived. After both entered the WNBA, tensions flared again, though both have emphasized that there's respect between them, not hatred.
Caitlin Clark takes the high road every time. She's never said anything bad about Angel Reese. Angel Reese has been the one that's been kind of called instigating in a way.
Well, it said that like Angel Reese called out a double standard, so she probably went the whole race card
because she did. It was because
I'm black.
And goes through a shoe deal as well. Ask her about the shoe deal. Ask him about the shoe deal. I think Nike gave Caitlin Clark a shoe deal for like $60 million, and then Angel Reese had a problem saying because it's widely known that Caitlin Clark is the Michael Jordan of the NBA, and Angel Reese thinks she is, and that she should have got that deal, and that the only reason she got the deal is because she's white, which makes no fucking sense because Nike as a shoe brand is actually demographic towards black people. So this was the double. It was like a double standard.
Right, but doesn't Angel Reese have a shoe deal now?
I don't think it's with Nike. I think it's with Adidas or something. You can ask.
I know. I've seen.
It might be with Nike. It may very well be, but I know the original one to come out was 1.4, and I think, or if they both had deals, Caitlin Clark was worth more, and that's because she's a better player. She's known to be a better player. So it's like you don't
She's
give
got
Michael
a Reebok deal.
Who, Angel Reese?
Yeah.
Yeah. She
So
boycotted Nike.
She wanted the Nike, but got the Reebok.
Yeah, of course. Bro, and those just dropped, and Kevin Durant shit on her because Angel Reese made a post on Twitter or something about like, yo, we're blowing up sales, and Kevin Durant was like, dude, you had 50 pre-sales total for your whole shoe line.
Listen, hey, I'm not gonna lie though, them black and white ones are pretty fresh.
Are you gonna buy a pair?
I'm not gonna the fuck I look like wearing female WNBA sneakers. But what I'm saying is, for the females, that's not like actually like a bad shoe.
Yo, ask that what the Caitlin Clark deal is worth, and ask her what the Angel Reese deal is worth.
What is the Nike shoe deal with Caitlin Clark worth, and what is the Angel Reese Reebok sneaker deal worth? Caitlin Clark's Nike deal is an 8-year contract worth $28 million, which includes her own signature shoe. Angel Reese is undisclosed.
Wow.
So they didn't put out her number. So that's a lower number.
Obviously. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh.
I mean, she's like, nah, I'm not gonna talk about what I settled for, but we got a deal. I got a shoe.
Obviously, she wanted Nike. Nike is infamously known for basketball shoes.
Listen,
that's the number one.
Reebok though about to have a comeback because Shaq and Allen Iverson are running the creative design. They're bringing back the AIs. They're bringing back the Shaqnosis. And 50 Cent just announced they're bringing back the G Unit Reeboks.
God damn. They coming for Nike's head, bro.
So they got a lot in store that they dropping. And it could just be narratives and bots from Nike and Reebok beefing with each other to make, like I said, bro, a lot of this shit is orchestrated, bro.
That's funny.
When more people are talking about things and like big blogs talking about it.
Bro, that shit makes sense. Think about you ever see those McDonald's versus Wendy's fucking things where somebody will post something like on a McDonald's will post something and then a Burger King or a Wendy's will post something funny back. Like they're like brand battling.
You just see Ice Spice get slapped up at McDonald's. A week later get a Wendy's deal.
Bro,
a week later a deal at Wendy's.
It makes sense though. She kind of
that wasn't staged.
Bro, no, but bro, I'll be honest with you. If you think about it, it was kind of genius because the Wendy's character kind of looks like Ice Spice a little bit.
Right. Bro, you don't think that was staged though? Listen, I think they was like, yo, Ice Spice, you're going to go inside of this restaurant. We're going to have some girl come in here, like, fake slap you. You're going to get up. You're going to pretend to slap her back. We're going to separate y'all. It's going to make you viral. Everybody's going to go listen to your music again because guess what? You're viral now.
You're trending.
Your streams are going up. And then we're going to announce the Wendy's deal right afterwards, which is going to make you double viral because now... bang,
McDonald's
Wendy's, McDonald's.
Bro, McDonald's is mad as fuck right now, bro. They wasn't in on that because the Wendy's is not telling their competitor, I'm gonna try to boost you up. Wendy's,
that was a Wendy's play all day.
Hell Wendy's, yeah, bro. McDonald's is mad as fuck right now.
We'll pay for your meal at McDonald's. Here you go. Go in there. We're gonna pay you to do this WWE shit. And cool. And she was like, word, cool. It's part of my deal. Fuck it. This is the promo run. This is the marketing. That's
wild. That's wild, bro.
And then fucking announces her deal a week later. Like, come on. A week later? You didn't even say you had a Wendy's deal in the works. That wasn't even public knowledge till after McDonald's incident. Fuck out of here. That's why I say, like, with all this politics shit, bro, they be doing this shit like a decade in advance because it's world shit. These people... like this, we see the social media content creators and artists doing it like months in advance, weeks in advance. Government does it years and decades. Like, so we gonna hand over Taiwan to China as soon as the semiconductor chip factory is built in Arizona. We gonna price people out of gas cars because we gonna have this deal with Iran that we're gonna go back and fight in a decade. As soon as they build all their nuke facilities up again with the money we just unfroze and the assets and the billions of dollars we're going to give them like right now. But we're just going to watch them for the next 30 days to make sure, hey, everything runs back to operations and we get our oil. But they said it's going to go to pre-war levels, which we were already getting taxed super high. And it's going to take years for the Venezuelan crude oil to either get shipped around and refined or back and we don't have all the oil construction for that. They've been trying to phase us to EV and hybrid and all this shit. Bro, they got EV Mustangs now. They got EV fucking Lambos and Ferraris and shit. Like, what? Like, so you can get, you know what I mean? They just gonna push people on that because your gas is too high. I'm gonna get the fucking hybrid or EV just because, hey, a lot of people that are like borderline on gas right now, they'll stay with the hybrid. They're like, I'll ride with the gas, but yo, if gas price is too high in whatever city I'm in, I'm about to charge that bitch. Yep, I'm plugging it in somewhere because, damn, I'm in California now and it's $8 a gallon. Fuck that. I'm gonna charge. So
they have to. They have to. Those states like New York is another one that's trying to do that. Massachusetts is slowly converting into that.
Yeah, see how they price
California. They better build some infrastructure in these fucking states though, because if you start taking away the gas powered cars and going to these EVs, our grids are damn near maxed out now. They need to start building.
That was one thing that infrastructure. Creepy Joe Biden did in one of his bills. And it was pushed back heavy by Republicans because of the oil companies.
They want to go more solar, more wind, and we've already
a lot of it's to the infrastructure.
We've already seen it. We've already seen this. We've already seen these windmills, bro. The windmills in Massachusetts aren't even. They don't produce the amount of money it costs to build these things and then to maintenance them. What they produce, and this is on Martha's Vineyard in the Cape with its high winds. That it's not worth. What they're finding out now is the investment isn't worth the outcome. They're investing so much, and it's only so you're getting so much. You're breaking even, and you're gaining a little bit. The margin
that's a deal.
Great.
That's a deal we're gonna end up making with China in the near future, I believe. China has a shitload of solar panels. So, all right, remember when Akon?
They're also building. How many coal plants are they building? They're building like 90-something coal plants a year.
Right, but listen to this. Remember when Akon was building a country in fucking Africa?
Yeah, I watched the thing. I watched a documentary like a month ago. That shit failed miserably.
Yeah, so he had a deal with China for a shitload of solar panels because China manufactured a shitload of them and was trying to get rid of them because they were trying to push them to America, but we didn't want solar. So they were trying to get us on the solar kick years ago because they were on it in China. And they were like, hey, this is going to be money. We'll sell it to America. And we're like, nah, fuck that, bro. I mean, I like my oil. And they were like, huh? What? That's dying. And then we're like, no, cool. And all the oil tycoons fought against it. And it's like, all right, if it's more problems and it costs us more to fight for this oil, that's the investment money into the electric. That's why all these EV mandates, they're both on both sides. And then Republicans act like they're not for it when the camera's on.
From an energy point of view, yes. From energy production. You can't get rid of oil, period, bro. Oil's everything. Oil produces everything. Oil. You can't. It's literally ingrained. No. It's ingrained into everything. Plastics, penicillin.
What I'm saying is we're going to get more independent with oil and conquer countries that have oil. So that's why we went to Venezuela for the oil.
Yeah, so that we can continue manufacturing shit outside of the energy sector.
Yeah, yes, just for manufacturing.
We need that. We need it.
But we're going to flood this country with solar panels, with wind turbines across all the coast. We're going to line the coast. Every beach on the coast, you're going to see wind turbines in the distance where like people don't swim out to. I mean, there'll be paths for like boating and shit where there's no wind turbines, but there'll be like small windows, kind of like airplanes navigating in the sky.
So solar, yes. And that's why like in Massachusetts, we should be to help the energy grid, every house, apartment should be mandated to have solar panels and feed back into the grid. I agree with that. And that actually is profitable. However, even in your city, in Fall River, you have that big windmill that's on Airport Road. The reason why I know this is I don't want to get too descriptive, but let's just say the property that sits on, I may or may not be involved with.
Right.
That thing doesn't run. You see it spinning, it doesn't run because it costs more money because it breaks so often. And it doesn't produce out what it costs to fix. They're looking to tear that fucking thing down. So the solar panel,
we've been talking about
solar,
it now for years.
Yeah,
the thing is, I think we thought that one would work. We have to build like a field of them.
If one doesn't work, why would you? If one doesn't work, why would you build 10 if one doesn't work?
Well, because if you have more fans, you're obviously going to have more wind direction. It's going to be like aerodynamics.
But no, they're breaking before they're producing what it costs to make. So it's a loss. Is the reason why they're not using it.
Right.
You know what I mean? What it costs to build this thing and to operate it, right? I'm not even getting back in the juice.
We should go back to hydropower. We should go back to hydropower.
Why don't we go nuclear? Why don't we go forward? Why are we going back? We should be going forward and going into these new technologies like nuclear fission. Go back. Why are we decommissioning nuclear plants? Because a couple of them in the 70s, when the technology wasn't right, failed. It's 50 years later. We don't have better safeguards, better technology. Go nuclear, bro. It's clean. It's clean in huge amount of energy.
It is, but I think that people are scared because of
I get it because of what happened 60 years ago.
The explosion radius too. Like
60 years ago, but the technology has built up to where now I don't think we have this problem. Now Japan is a bad example, because
right? But it could be if
spot.
somebody gets like, say, people might be scared to get attacked now. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit! Say somebody fucking tries to.
We live in fear, so we don't move forward because we live in fear. You know what I mean?
We'd have to really isolate wherever that is. So like nuclear fusion plants somewhere
Do what
in the
Iran's
Midwest, like Idaho.
Do what Iran's doing. Go the fucking Rockies and the Appalachians and put them in the fucking mountains, bro. You know what I mean? Like if there's a will, there's a way to make it happen.
Right? Yeah. Put it where there's no people, so that way people ain't worried about it. And
you can't. Even if you bomb it, you have to bomb through a mountain to get to it because it's underneath the fucking Rockies. So you know what I mean? Like
and we already got Iron Mountain, so we can do shit under mountains.
Yeah.
We've done it before.
Iran does it now. They have underground cities that we have a hard time hitting. Like if Iran can do it, we can't.
But bro, we already have it. We just don't really tell the people. Like, look, everybody knows about Iron Mountain. That's the only thing we really know about.
So what else is out there that we don't know about?
Right. And Iron Mountain, when the news reporter goes by in there, says that there's branches of the government in there that the news reporter never heard of. What?
I believe that.
Like, you keep talking about corruption and people going down for corruption. Maybe some of this money that's unaccounted for is going to these agencies that are unaccounted for.
Yep.
That need to be operated. The budget. We need to know.
Yeah, the black budget. Yeah, the shit. Yeah, all the shit we don't know about. No wonder we're 39 trillion. It's funny. We're 39 trillion on paper. Is it really 39, or is it money coming in that's funding the shit that we don't know nothing about? NBA, WNBA scenario. All right, this thing over here is making crazy bread. We can't tell you publicly, but we'll subsidize this other shit over here because we have enough. NBA, WNBA. You know what I mean? Like it's
all a big play, and the media feeds into it because the media makes money from viewership, ratings, and sponsorships, and then streams online when they clip it up. All their social medias,
it's big money, huge money.
It's all a business. But fellas, we gonna wrap this up.
Hell yeah,
we pushing 3 hours tonight. We got the Hip Hop Everything podcast.
6
Make
o'clock.
sure you in the building for that.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, playing the hottest hip hop around and talking hip hop news. We'll dive a little bit more into that Ice Spice. And then probably play a clip of her holding her own. And talk about what else is going on in hip hop news. A little bit more about the 50 Cent and G Unit sneakers and some more things that's going on.
Drake dropped 3 albums this week. Last week.
Drake's 3 albums. The passing of Rob Bass and more. So everybody already know what it is. It's your boy Aaron All Niter.
It's your boy FiF.
And Styles already left.
His phone died. He said he put in the comments. He said his phone ended up dying.
So unfortunately, he couldn't hop back in. But that's his goodbyes. So we know that he was not assassinated. Unless he was coerced to say that.
Right. Hey, I'll say bye for Styles. Bye, guys.